If you don't know who the guy is on your screen here, don't feel bad. I didn't know who it was until a couple of days. Apparently, he was a Twitch streamer, is a Twitch streamer. Name is Nick Pollum. Apparently does some, some of that cosplay gamer, Pokemon, really into that set there. And apparently he is a big thing or semi-big thing or whatever. Mobbed up with some other notable names out there, so that's if you're interested in that. Doesn't even really matter. The real thing that matters here is the fact he spent apparently the better part of the last year getting divorced. And the details are coming out about it now. But before we get to that, I want to talk about why it is that I'm doing this program about him tonight. I'm doing this program about him tonight because it was painfully obvious. This is his Instagram page. Now, this is his Instagram page. And as you can see on here, and yes, I'm going to go ahead and say it's a light-skinned dude. I don't know if he's biracial or not. If he's not, he'll do till the biracial kid gets here. This young lady here apparently is not the wife. This is one of his co-hosts, so they're very co-hosty friendly. Very glad to hear that. So there's that. No, the reason why I wanted to talk about this was because of this person here. This was his wife named Milena. He was married to her, but that is not the reason. That's not the reason. Apparently they've known each other for the better part of a decade. And what I want to do is I want to go into the part that I didn't notice any of these other people talking about. I knew they wouldn't because laziness is the way of the internet today. So I wanted to go and take a look at her account. I wanted to take a look at her account and see what she was about. And I got to tell you that she literally has every red flag, not the dumb things that come from most of your manosphere red pill teachers. No, I'm talking about the real ones. The real red flags to watch out for. These are not stereotypes. It's not hyperbole. It's not exaggeration. These are real. When I tell you all about tats, brats, gnats, pets, plants, and pills, vapes, vegan, and weed. This is all the way back in 2012. Fellas, if your chick has cats, you've been warned. You can sit here and tell yourself it's not real. You can tell yourself that if you want to. But it's real. If your chick has pets, plants, pills, okay, because that's a substitute. It's a place for her to focus her affection and attention. And literally their code is the pets were there before the guy was. So they establish a relationship with animals. And then the next thing you know, they sit up here and tell you that they're in love with you and then they still got a relationship with their pets. So there's that. Next thing, fake a smile. You should be learning from things like that. You should be learning from things like that. When you start hearing those kind of things, tell yourself that it doesn't mean anything if you want to. I'm telling you it does. Looks like she has some kind of gaming controller back then, and it's like, okay, she's scoped out her territory. We're back to the cats again. I'm not walking through this for fun. I'm walking through this because I need you to understand this. When you see a female, we got the gaming console controller and the cat again. All up on the bed. Is that another cat paw or something? Might be more than one. I don't think it's a mirror. But in any case, yeah. Fellas, you can tell yourselves that it doesn't mean anything. You can tell yourself that if you want to. Tell yourself that if you want to. Just understand you're setting yourself up. These are not stereotypes. When you see young females with cat lady behavior, that's not, she can have some pets. That's substitutes for a man. And don't be surprised if one day you are expendable, but the cat is still there. She was watching Game of Thrones. So, sounds like she's into some stuff with fantasy items, things like that, fantasy, gaming. A lot of guys would go for that because smart females know that there's not a lot of females in those areas. So you have a lot of pickings of men if you don't mind dealing with the nerds and the geeks. And there comes the problem is most nerds and geeks don't generate, really masculine passion in a female. So you have a lot of males around, but are they really the ones you're super attracted to? Okay. She's a little quirky. All right. Go ahead there. Now, what's this? My dream car. Car of my dreams, Range Rover. This was 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Okay. All right. Now, I think she's 30 now? She's 30 years old now. So this would have been back when she was 20. So, back when she was 18. So, okay. Primark. Okay, she's already generating expensive tastes, which means you're looking for somebody to put those off on. The warning signs were there. The warning signs were there. More about the cats. The warning signs were there. Okay, she's celebrating turned 18. Back then, going straight to OnlyFans wasn't the thing. Well, she's letting you know she's got her eye on a certain lifestyle, which means she's not going to pay for it. All right. Oh, what do you know? More pets. Okay. If your female has pets putting their mouth on her, just understand, fellas, that's not a slight quirk. And then she's gaining a relationship with pets, and you will not survive it. Well, what do you know? First time we see old Nick here. And she says so sassy, so, okay. All right. And I just want you to remember this. This is from the beginning. Okay. This is from the beginning. Now, this is the first picture here that she posted the two of them together. And body language, body language, body language. What do you all notice from the body language from her in this picture? She's standing behind him, but this could just as easily be a coworker. She doesn't have a hand on him or anything. So he's just there and she's behind him. She got her hands to her side. And the caption here is, I really want to push him over that edge behind us. What? Yeah, folks, I really want to push him over that edge behind us. Huh. Oh, well, maybe she just has a deadpan sense of humor. While everybody else is talking about the low-hanging fruit and his summary of his divorce, by the way, did you go back to the beginning? Just to see what her attitude was and how she presents herself here. So I'm looking at the body language, and then I'm looking at this right here, and I'm like, you're telling yourself this is a joke. You're telling yourself this is a game. Then she goes and files divorce against you and tells the court that she wants a 60-40 split. She told the court that she wants a 60-40 split, 60% to her, mostly the cash. And then you go back to the crates and find out this is how things were going from the beginning. Yeah, there's no LOL on here, so fellas are willfully blind. Maybe they have a light skin fetish or an interracial one, and then they just disregard everything. They disregard literally every red flag known to man. And there it is sitting right in front of him. But years later, he'll claim, never saw it. Had no clue. How was I supposed to know? Okay, because she saw that maybe you were distracted because she likes to watch Game of Thrones and she's got a game controller. She has a game controller and likes to watch Game of Thrones. By the way, a female who likes to watch Game of Thrones, Cersei Lannister much? Maybe she's watching and learning some things. I'm sure those things won't come back to bite you. Oh, don't worry. I'm just exaggerating and being hyperbolic. I'm just overstating the situation. Let's see how you feel about that in 10 years. Here's another picture of them together again. Hello, almost smile, please. You take a look at this. What kind of attitude is this? Is this a woman who's passionate, attracted, or does this look like she's with her little brother? If you saw this picture and you were told that this is her stepbrother or her little brother, would you have any trouble believing it? Okay. Here he is. All right. I mean, you can hang out with their pets if you want to. Go ahead and do that. Hang out with their pets if you want to. See if it'll help you. See if it'll help you. Pets on the bed. Ridiculous. Okay. By the way, if you got animals in the house, much less on the bed, okay, fellas, act like this is a game or a joke if you want to. This is going to end badly for you. She likes green tea. Okay. Got a picture of him up here. Interesting. It's all gray. Some real stormy weather hiking in Norway. I've missed this so much. Didn't say she missed him. I miss this so much. Okay. All right. Not really sure what's going on here with that. Swagging my way downtown. Okay. Vanessa Carlton. Fellas. Yeah. Fellas, don't ever get caught like this. Don't ever get caught like this. Some of these stupid comments in here and whatnot, these are dummies. I told you from the beginning, chicks like her understand that why go where there's a bunch of female competition? When you're a girl in gamer circles, a girl in anime circles, a girl in manga circles, a girl in comic book circles, a girl in playing card circles, very, very few females, which means it's like a man going to yoga or Pilates. A female hanging out in gamer circles is like a man going to yoga or Pilates. You basically got the run of the place if you're interested in what's there. So, yeah. But in any case, fellas, don't get caught in the damn bubble bath. Don't let a chick take pictures of you in the bubble bath. Don't do it. It never ages well. Don't get caught like that. When we say you living that soft life. Okay, she's got baggage. Okay, this woman is literally carrying baggage. Michael Kors. I'm walking through this for a reason because I want you to see what everybody else wasn't telling you. Oh, look, laptop. Saturday mornings, though. Take a look at what she's eating. This actually means something when you see that. This means something. What's that? Avocado, tomato, half-cooked eggs. No, I mean that. When you got a chick who likes her eggs like this, okay, fellas, this will be trouble. Especially if you think you're going to sit there with her, this will be trouble. Remember what I said, she's got expensive tastes. Okay, this will catch up with you. What do you do when one day she decides you're going to finance that? Oh, look, he's blinded in the snow, literally. He was blinded in the snow, figuratively and literally. So, she thought that was funny. I'm not going to go over all of these. I really just want to go over the fact there's more damn pets. And here she is, and this is all the way back in 2015. Disneyland. This is the effeminization of a male. They take you, they want to turn you into their little boy toy playmate. You think you're just being cute and stuff. You're not setting the tone for her. She's setting the tone for you. Fellas, I'm not joking. Theme parks are cool. Theme parks are all right. But just start noticing when she's the one doing the molding. Just understand. You don't have to like I'm telling the truth. But Justin, you being so serious, okay. 10 years later, I wonder if he's still arguing with me. She bakes cookies. These cookies could use a little work, but all right. These look like them damn things from these look like those damn things from that cookie place where they half cook the damn cookies. I have a big variety of them, but they only half cook the damn cookies. So, yeah, looks like one of those. Okay, the effeminization cutesies. A woman is, fellas, a woman does not use these words or these phrases with a man that she's attracted to. To a man that she sees as her masculine leader, she doesn't use words like cutesy, kind, cuddly. Yeah, in the chat room, crumble. Hell yeah, crumble. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're like rare cookies, rare done. I mean, they're not well done. They're rare done. They're only like halfway cooked. What the hell is it with these Europeans and half cooking the food, man? What the hell? What do they have against cooking the food all the way? Okay, here's cookies. Oh, don't cook them all the way, though. What in the world? In any case, these are not phrases that a woman uses for a masculine man that she is attracted to. Women don't call their masculine leaders cute and cutesy and cutie pie and cuddly. Women don't talk like that. And I'm going to prove this before it's over, by the way. Before this is over, I'm going to prove it. Stick around. This is going to be worth the price of admission. She likes to take a look at, like I say, she wants to go to exotic locales and things. Okay, you've been warned. Her and the pets. Fellas, these are not idle threats when they have a bunch of pets. It's not idle threats. She's doing that quirky thing again. Okay, a female who posts a lot of pictures of herself. A female who posts a lot of pictures of herself. A female who posts a lot of pictures of pets. These aren't just random things when a woman does that. When a woman posts a lot of pictures of pets, a lot of pictures of random things, it's actually not random. It actually isn't random. Okay. You can ignore those things at your peril. This isn't random. Urban Outfitters, Gucci. Okay. We're ready for that BlizzCon. So this is a gamer chick. She's like, Urban Outfitters, Gucci. Dude, these are Michael Kors bag. These are warning shots. You will pay the price for this before it's over. These are warning shots. Folks, the pets are featured twice as much as him. Speaking of him, here you go again. Merry Christmas. It's like, okay, guys, you can be playful. You can be mirthful. Just understand this means something when the female looks more serious than you. This is going to come back to bite you. It's going to come back to bite you. Okay, don't worry, Disney Films. I'm going to have you. You and I going to talk before the night is over. Okay. Where the magic happens, I wonder if this is for him or if this is for her. I wonder who in particular this is for, because I got questions about who this is actually referring to here when you say this. Is this referring to is this his setup or hers? Is this his setup or hers? I'm wondering. Okay. All right, man. She's wearing you down. She's wearing you down. Roasted chicken feast. I had no idea I was capable of doing this. We don't have any serveware, so it looks a little ghetto. Okay. Well, I mean, just understand she's there to let you know where the ghetto is. So I'm glad that she stopped in long enough to educate everybody about where the ghetto is and exactly what that is. Glad she did that. We wouldn't have known without her, so she wanted you all to know it looks a little ghetto to her. Roasted chicken feast. Maybe because the chicken is cooked completely? What? Maybe she's taking a little offense because the meat is cooked completely. I don't know. Okay. Well, my first ever hockey game. Looks like it's his too. Hopefully not the last. This was so awesome. Go Red Wings. This is her first game and it's Go Red Wings. By the way, do they look like boyfriend and girlfriend or do they look like brother and sister? These look like boyfriend and girlfriend, or does this look like brother and sister? And why is it nobody recognized this before? He's got majority white friends around him. Don't believe me? Go to his channel. He's got a bunch of white dudes with him. All right. Did any of them tell him, hey, bro, this is not the way they act with the guy that they're genuinely attracted to? Don't worry. I'll be showing you all a little bit later. Okay. They got some stuff over here. Happiness in a box. I know I have mostly guys following me because of Twitch, but the girls will get it. Okay, I guess some ladies will clear this up for us here later, I guess. Back to the dogs. Okay, fellas, if you're on a bed doing this, living like cavemen, just understand, if you were the chick with a bunch of pets on the bed, she's been raised by the other kind, and now she got you sitting there. Anybody who's got pets indoors, you people are like smokers, okay? You all got pet hair every damn where.
And deal with it, nigga.
You all got pet hair everywhere. People with pets indoors, you all don't know how nasty you are. You got pet hair in your air filters. You got pet hair in your laundry. You got pet hair in your washing machine. Pet hair in your dryer. Pet hair in your sheets. You all just got used to it. Pet hair all over your car. If you have pets indoors, you got pet hair everywhere. You got them on the bed. So as a person, you might as well be in the damn pig pen. Folk with pets indoors are as bad as smokers. Just because you're used to it and you're okay with the pet hair being all over, that doesn't change it. No, you can't vacuum. No, you can't vacuum the dogs. No, you can't vacuum the cats. No, you can't clean it up. No, you can't sterilize or filter the environment. No, you can't. No, you can't. So in any case, fellas, if you start doing this, just understand she's got you degenerating. Not the other way around. So, okay. We got you out there on the skis. That's not soy. Ma'am, if it's not soy, why do you have to tell us that it's not soy? Why do you have to tell us that it's not soy if it isn't? If it's not soy, why does that came to your mind, ma'am? Did anybody accuse you of that? And yes, she's bringing up, that's not soy. Okay. I told you all, the signs were there from the beginning. The signs were there from the start. Wonder who this is referring to. Okay. More pets, more pets, more pets. We got kids. Okay, she's putting on makeup. She's got you. Where the Pokemon at? getting ready for y'all's divorce because you took half of them. She took half the Pokemon cards in the divorce. No, I'm serious. More pets, people. More pets. More pets. Fellas, she's got a bunch of pictures of her and a bunch of pictures of pets. You can ignore that particular warning sign as a male if you want to. Go right ahead and be stupid. When a female shows pets this much, that is her emotional crutch. She doesn't get along with men very well. Don't know what her situation or feelings are with relationship with her dad is. She doesn't get along with men very well. Women get pets to tide them over and hold them up. Next thing you know, they have a big, strong relationship with a pet. And then when you come in, it's like dealing with a single mom. You can tell yourself that's not true if you want to. To all the fellas in here who dealt with chicks with pets when you met her, you know how this story ends. So she'll be very quick to get rid of you, not the dog. All right, here she is getting her credentials together for how she deals with things. TBT to super sellout for Nick. Maybe I should go blonde again. I don't know. I think so. Okay, so she colors her hair. All right. So she knows technical things that keep guys interested. She knows how to speak male's technical language for some of the technical gear. So a female, she's learned how to be versed well enough to seem like she's passionate about the things you all are passionate about. All right, then you got this picture right here. Okay, she said, love you. All right, well, certainly this looks like burning passion to me. It certainly does. So, all right, back in 2016, what I'm figuring is that she saw he was going places. She saw he was smart. She saw he was connected. She saw he was going places. I guess this is her real hair color. I guess this is what her real hair color looks like, even with the flyaways. So I guess she saw he was going places and saw an opportunity to hook him. Saw an opportunity to hook him. Pets indoors, fellas. Okay. Pets indoors. You've been warned. More pets, just pets all over the damn place. Pets, pets, pets. Okay, she will drop you like a hot brick. Caught him in the damn sand again. Right. Oh, here he is at the desk. When you don't get enough attention. Now, this is kind of important because it does show that whatever stage of life he was at here, look at him. He got a microphone. He's got several monitors. So this tells me that he was streaming back then in 2017. You know, take a look at his eyes. He's locked in. So I'm figuring back in 2017, he started his incline. He's starting his incline. He's getting attention. He's known. So it's very clear. It's like a guy in college getting ready. He's a prospect for the pros. So I'm figuring back then that was the case. And so she wants to be the center of his attention. Even though she split her attention among all these other mammals, at this point, this is a guy who's probably getting his name out there, probably got options. He's locked in on what he's doing. It's very clear he's focused on building what he's doing. So now when a man starts elevating like that, she wants to make sure she's the center of your attention. So at this time, she's demanding attention, kind of like a pet being annoying. Hey, look at me. I'm important. So this was her competing for his attention at that time. I think they're going to be married in just a few years after that. So back then she was competing and demanding it. So she's smooching on him. Oh, hey, look at me. So she's demanding attention, which probably tells me he was getting it from other women. Love thyself. Oh, hell.
Oh, my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Okay. Love thyself. Trying out a new thing this year, and it's called shoving people's negative opinions about me up my rump, and I'm way happier already. That's January 19, 2027, which was right after this. I'm wondering if she was not the focus of his attention, if she didn't feel like she was running his attention or controlling his focus, and then next thing you know, the next day, it's about love thyself. I thought she's supposed to be focusing that affection on him. The warning signs were there the whole time. That's the point I'm making. If she didn't get his attention as readily as she wanted, if she wasn't the center of his attention, if she couldn't just yank his chain and get him to focus on her, next thing you know, immediately it's about love thyself. Okay. She's off getting her hair done, so okay. Got my hair done did.
Oh, please.
Okay. Got my hair done did. All right, guys. Y'all can sit up here and get the little IR chick and let her do that if you want to. The signs are there. All right. Pets all over the bed. There you go. I keep warning you. All right. You're putting your mouth on the damn dogs, bruh. I don't care how sprung you are for interracial sexual access. You got your mouth on the dogs. Okay, fellas, when you see her do that and, oh, don't worry, the pet hair is clean. And okay, fellas. All right. She's not becoming more like you and your folk. You becoming more like her. Okay. There's a bunch of fellas in here right now looking guilty. This was a little odd. We're going to come back to this because she says GTR with a question mark. GTR. Well, looking behind them, that doesn't look like a GTR. That looks like a Cadillac. Like a Cadillac CTS or something like that. It looks like a Cadillac. So, unless the GTR is a acronym for something else, but I know it's not because the GTR was mentioned in their settlement. So I just keep this in mind that she's referring to a GTR here. And I'm like, that looks like a Cadillac, not a Nissan GTR. It looks like a Cadillac CTS, yeah, or ATS, one or the other. But that's not the Nissan GTR, which was a car he wanted. But just keep that GTR part in mind. We'll come back to it. Oh, I'm slow walking this to get y'all to remember dogs out the windows, fellas. Just you're getting broke down. She's on herself again. Oh, hell. 2017. By August 2017, there she is in front of the mic. And this is where she starts to muscle in. You've created something of value. You've started creating something that is gaining attention. And next thing you know, she's got access merely by having proximity to you. So first we saw him behind the microphone. Now we see her behind the microphone. No, it's not lost on me. By the way, no, it's not lost on me that in one hand he got bananas and in another hand he's got a watermelon.
Nigga, what?
By the way, no, it's not lost on me that he's hanging out with a white girl. He hangs out with all these white gamers. And in the middle of all this, during the period that I suspect, I'm not sure, those of you who know him better, you can check on the time frame, see what his popularity was doing back then. But I suspect about this time that he's starting to come up, and here he is with bananas in one hand and a watermelon in the other, while he's booed up with the dogs and his bleach blonde boo thing. Like Myron Gaines, the early years. Okay. All right. No. The signs weren't there. No, the signs weren't there. Oh, y'all thought Jada Pinkett was bad with Will Smith. Y'all thought she was bad with Will Smith. Yeah, then there's this. Yeah. So, all right, folks. No, there were no warning signs. None. More pictures of her Boy, if this doesn't look like Russell Wilson and Ciara, I don't know what does. Oh, this looks like Russell Wilson and Ciara, except the old girl ain't even showing the face. So, yeah, there you go. She's buying stuff for the damn dog's birthday bones. Okay, all right. No, I'm just exaggerating. More pets, more pets, more pets, more pets. The pets on here outnumber the pictures of him 3-1. Okay, more pets. All right. Greek refreshing his sub count every 30 seconds. All right. Your woman is... Who's this fella here? All right. This looks like friendly proximity to me. All right. They're just friends, Jason. Okay. You know she's going to divorce him, right? That doesn't mean anything. Okay. Somebody got their YouTube thing. More pets, more damn pets, more damn pets, more damn pets.
Boy, what in the hell's the matter with you?
There's a whole damn cat in the pantry right above the water, but directly below the Cheez-Its and the vanilla wafer. Okay. Jason, what's wrong with pets being in the house? You folk ain't like smokers. When I say smokers, I don't mean cigarette smokers. I mean crack smokers. What? You folk are like drug smokers. Y'all will see stuff like this and be laughing until somebody like me says, excuse me, is that a cat in your damn pantry? And you offering me some damn Oreo cookies from the cat pantry? These folk will be generous as hell. Throwing you some damn snacks, sitting up here swapping the damn cat out the way, and then grabbing you the box right above the cat. Pet hair and cat hair flying all over. These folk will be real quick to offer you something to eat. I'm like, nigga, you better go inspect that pantry first. See what's going on. Okay. Nah, it's just me, y'all. It's just me. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. No, I'm just being exaggerating. No, Jason, it's not that serious. It's not that serious, Jason. I mean, it was just some pets and some gamer stuff and some bleach blonde and the bananas and the watermelons and the ghetto comment and the this done got my hair done did. And okay. All right. Yeah. All these things, this whole parade of stuff I'm showing you, all of it's irrelevant. All of it. Yeah, it's not all connected. There were no signs. There were no warning signs. And I want to say that he said they've been married for 5 years. So right around the pandemic, they would have gotten married. So, okay. COVID-19 was kicking off. But before we do that, all right. Okay. All right. No, there were no signs. No signs. How could you ever have thought there was a problem? And by the way, she's got pictures of herself up right after that. So, okay. It's all about her. All about her. She's learning more. 10K Twitch follows in 4 days. So she got with him, and then she starts watching her numbers go up. Okay. Wish I could be cool enough to be Nick and Soda's maid. Tesla's nothing compared to your job. Okay. Yeah, y'all. She gets with him, and then right after that, she's clocking her numbers. She's clocking her numbers and clocking her following because she knows a girl in the gamer circles, and they don't even play video games over there. You just got to be a chick in an area where there's guys at. Okay, so Y'all still don't believe she was working the system? She saw that he had a name, she saw he had a following, and she saw he would sit back and let her get plugged in. Literally. Okay. Colonizer behavior, and he just sat there for it. All right, there he is, y'all. There he is with the clueless biracial stare. What? Oh, man, he don't even see it coming, y'all. Her attitude has changed. So, 2017, oh, nigga, all the clues. 2017, it was like this. Take a look at her. She was all up on him back then. 2017, she's throwing bottles. Hey, look at me. 2 years later, oh, we doing this. Yeah, 2 years later, it's like this. Okay. All right. San Diego Convention Center. Let's see if she saves herself. Okay, y'all thought she was going to get booed up with him. Okay, she looks like she's standing next to one of her friends in the gaming circles, not next to her man. It was obvious the whole time. Now, one other thing, notice this. Okay. Girls, my Arma 3 RP gang members are single. Hit them up. They're all non-toxic, friendly individuals with great personalities. Okay, bro, this is yo chick standing in the middle of these dudes here. Okay. All right, bro. Wasn't no signs, fellas. There wasn't no signs. No signs. There were no clues. There were no clues, fellas. No clues at all. Let your chick go the damn thing. There were no clues. Here she is again, back to herself, back to her pets, makeup, clowns. Oh, we're getting all dolled up for Halloween. All right. Okay, bruh, it's coming. Man, I mean, they all look like Russell Wilson before it's over, don't they? Gang of two. Take a look at her arm up there. You're going to notice that this is how she poses most of the time with him. There's a bunch of other photographs. I can show you all a stream of photographs like this. Take a look at the placement of her arm. You notice it's her arm between the two of them, or like, this is my buddy. Not this is my man. This is my buddy. While everybody else is focused on the divorce gossip, I'm like, by the way, I want to help the young fellas out here to notice all the signs. You can dismiss this if you want to. Well, all females ain't the same, dude. All females are the same when it comes to this. If she's not acting like this, yeah, you ain't that dude. She's got her arm on you like a 1990s rap group. Bruh, this is friend zone. This is, I'm not in love, I'm in business. This is friend zone. You don't want to, something happened between 2017 and 2019. By then, she's all about business now. That's what I'm telling you all happened. Between 2017 and 2019, 2020, she stopped seeing this as a relationship where she's desiring him, and now she sees it as a business that she can exploit. Assuming, of course, she can get heavy off in the game. Assuming she can get heavy off in the game, dude, okay. This picture says it all. When we try to get a cute picture together, she keeps talking about cute. As I said, a woman who genuinely desires you and is attracted to you, she doesn't use words like cute about you. Okay. Every time you turn around, these are the pictures that she takes. All of these pictures are like, distance, distance, distance. Everything is cute, like you're her co-worker. Which was my whole damn point. Once again, the arm around his shoulder. The arm around his shoulder, the arm over the shoulder, the arm on the shoulder. This is my buddy. This is my pal. These are the warning signs. And they were there years ago. Nobody else talking about that. Another Apple phone. Okay, fine. She keeps wanting to go to damn me amusement parks. Okay. How is she standing here, by the way? How's she standing, dude? Okay. Fun stream. So she's acting all childish. When a female is into you, she doesn't act like a little kid. She wants to act like a sophisticated woman. Only he's looking like a child and she's responding in kind. So she's not really having to mature herself. She's feeling like a kid and she sees you as a kid, not the man. No, this is not being hyperbolic. Fellas, she's not looking up to him. She's literally looking down. Harbinger of things to come. Forecast of things to come. Okay. Norway means Pepsi Max and family. So is she originally from Norway or something? I don't know. Okay, dude. Happy New Year. All right. Okay. Oh, they never see it coming. They just never see it coming. Bruh. Today was one of my favorite streams ever. You all can go back to January 9th, 2020, see what she's talking about. She says one of her favorite streams ever. And yeah, there he goes. You got this right here. Hello and welcome to Melena's Salon of Sick Fades. So, bruh. Okay. All right, your content. You are content now. Don't let a chick talk about taking you fishing, fellas. They're still in Norway. All right. Timer was 1 second too late for you guys, but I saw the snooties. I don't know about this. I hope that's not the case. I hope we don't have an underage issue. But in any case, yeah, for those of you who thought that I was being hyperbolic or whatnot, it's like, okay. So let me get this straight. Didn't we already see something? Oh, okay, I don't know. This all seems kind of relevant somehow. I'm not really sure how, though. Not really sure how. Okay. Hey, to all the ladies in here, don't you go around looking at other women's, putting up posts about other women's breasts hanging out? Don't all the women do that? Don't all you females post about that? Don't you all? Of course. Okay. Don't all the ladies go around posting stuff like that? I'm not even going to get into the food thing. It'll just upset me. Okay, she done stripped his hair off of him here, so yeah. All right. Back in 2020. I'm taking my time through this so you all can see, oh, this is never good. Oh, this is never good when she starts focusing on her body changing. When a woman's focused on that, she's gearing up for something. Jason, this is back in 2020. All right, remember, by the time you get the word, it was already put in. Non-toxic. Here she goes back to this again. Then you take a look at her divorce papers and she's nothing but toxic. So when you have females throwing that word toxic around, hey fellas, there's a super red warning flag. If you just so happen to have a chick who keeps talking about things being toxic, that's not just some neutral observation. That's a warning. You're basically with a feminist who's going to be using that against you. Before it's over, she'll be talking about you abused her. Oh, look, here we go again. Arm over the shoulder. Your favorite abusive couple. All right, go ahead and pour a drink.
Damn!
Go ahead and pour a drink. How many pictures have I shown you now of her with her arm around him? Her with her arm over his shoulder. How many times have I shown you that? Now, how many times do you see the same damn type of picture and ain't nothing to it? Okay. With him looking like her little brother and her looking at him like, this my little brother. All right. No, it's neutral. Ain't nothing to it. Okay. Well, this is the first time I think we actually saw truth in advertising. Major warning flag, dude. OTK. So I think this is like their little gaming network or something like that. Their little gaming thing that they were doing and stuff. So she got with him so they can go ahead and build this gaming thing. And in a few years, when it's gained some money, she's going to divorce you and demand to, well, she wants the money. She wants you to keep the stock, but she wants to take the money that you accumulated and she wants you to keep the stock. So yeah, this was part of a long plan of investing. She got into the middle of an asset there and she's like, okay, he'll carry the brunt of it. He'll build the value in it. All I got to do is marry him. And then I'm going to walk off. I'm going to walk off with the proceeds. Okay, fellas, watch where you go. All right. Okay. Ended up in the wrong places. Oh, man. She wanted to go out, hang out with the Cowboys. By the way, she's closer up on the damn cowboy than she was on her husband. So, all right. I'm sure she felt some different energy. You got skates. We adopted Mayo. Okay. Who's Mayo? There she is back again. Every time you turn around, she's using you for content at this point. This isn't about being seen with you. She just wants to have content, quote unquote, for her fans. That's all it's about now. Okay, I guess this is happy birthday to him. So he was turning 30. So she, at this time, I think she's like 25. So, okay. No warning signs. None. Everything's all friendly. I hope you all go vacuum your clothes from the dog hair after you get off of this couch. And there's suspected white supremacist Asmongold. So that also tells you a little bit more if you run around with suspected white supremacists. Although in some of their cases, it's not really suspected. Notorious, well-known white supremacists, many would say. So when you're hanging, by the way, this is the company they keep. This is the company he was keeping. No warning signs. The food's kind of ghetto. Gonna get my hair done did. Here, hold these bananas and this watermelon. No warning signs at all. I don't want to see the gluten-free menu. And this is happy birthday to Milena. So she was 25, as I thought. So 5-year difference. So he was 30. She was 25. He figured he got a younger white chick. What could possibly go wrong? Stay away from those Negro females. What could possibly go wrong? My favorite part of spring is driving with the windows down. Probably makes her feel like a dog. Okay. And he's just over there looking lost. Okay. Okay. April 5th. April 6th. Matching pajamas with my new husband. Um, Oddity. Fellas, wouldn't you let your chick go post up pictures talking about some other guy's her new husband? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you do that, fellas? Wouldn't you all do that one? No warning signs here. Hey, fellas, wouldn't you do that? Wouldn't you let your chick go post up a picture here, new husband with some other fellow? Wouldn't you do that, guys? Of course you would. Of course you would. Oh, as I told you before, this picture I already showed you before. Yeah, there it is. All right. Okay. She's getting heavy off in the game. So he's helped her to get a little audience of her own. So he's over here and she's over there. By the way, ain't that interesting? Is that Hassan Piker back there, looks like? That looks like Hassan Piker. All right. He's over here. She over there. All right. Yeah. No warning signs at all. None. There were no warning signs. Not from the beginning. There was nothing that he saw 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago that tipped you off that he was really overlooking a bunch of things, because apparently she had some other characteristic that he valued more than his dignity and self-respect. So, fellas start acting all goofy and stuff when they get around non-black females. They start getting real goofy. So, okay. Yeah. Yeah, they start acting real goofy and okay. Yeah. Let's see if that saves you in the end. Let's see if she respects it and it saves you in the end. Yo, 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 I'm out here. Yo, 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 yo. Literally, yo, bro. I'm down with you, ma. They brought me to the cookout. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. Don't worry. She's not like the others. She's not like the others. She's different. She's different. That damn dog is still there. I'm excellent. Thanks for the 100K followers. Okay, I don't know why the damn thing is messing up. So she said, thank you for the 100K followers. I don't know why the hell the thing doesn't want to act right now, but. All right. Well, it said, thank you for 100K followers. So he served his purpose, got her to 100,000 followers in a few years. So, yep. Great job, bro. Great job. Oh, this. Okay, y'all. Is that the liquor? Is it something else? Okay, I don't know what they drinking. It looks like liquor, though, but nothing to it, I'm sure. Fellas. Okay. All righty. These humiliation rituals. Okay, these humiliation rituals. Yeah. Yeah. There were no warning signs. Just remember that part. No warning signs. There was nothing you could have seen or heard, nothing you saw or experienced that predicted what was going to come. Nothing at all. Nothing. By this point, she's got you completely indoctrinated and converted. Nothing. There was nothing that warned you. Oh, look at this one. Okay. I only see two. I suspect this is black here. I don't know about back there. I'm not certain, but yeah. And there you go. There you go. A lot of net worth on this bus. Did I call it or did I call it? 2021. This is what she showed up for. She meant what she said. You can listen to your bonehead, idiotic, red pill retards, manosphere morons, And the rest of those clowns guessing their way through things, coming up with these arbitrary, nonsensical rules and metrics, or you can listen to me about some life. Remember that Range Rover. Remember I told you from the very beginning, at this point it would have been 7 years earlier. She meant what she said when she said, my dream car, the car of my dreams. When I told you she has expensive tastes, this is back before she was 18 years old. She was showing you what she was about. But she was a little too quirky for one of them millionaire white dudes to sit up here and grab her up. She's not the kind of chick they would do that for. So she had to go find another wagon to hitch herself to, or another horse to hitch her wagon to. But the goal didn't change. The goal never changed. And when she got there, she said what she really meant. She didn't say, so happy to be with my husband, so happy to be here. She said, lot of net worth on this bus. This was straight business. And that's why she wanted you to know when she got to 100,000 followers. I got to 100K followers. Yeah, I done got my weight up. By the way, once again, yeah, her and her best buddy, she keeps talking about Norway. Cutest couple of Twitch. Okay, what kind of couple is this? Take a look at her arm, folks. Take a look at her eyes. We're best buddies. You're her business partner, not her life partner. And when she's gotten as much value and extracted as much value from you as she can and transferred it to herself, it'll be time to dump the dead weight. And 5 years later, that's exactly what occurred. Oh, look, yeah, the only black face in the place, or is it him and the buddy here and stuff? So we got to stick together, dude. If y'all got to stick together like that, you're in real trouble. You start making excuses. All right. Now, here is your Nissan GTR. Now, take a look at him. She posted this from him. Dream achieved. So this was the car of his dreams, not the car of hers. So remember I told you that she mentioned that GTR before, but that was very clearly a Cadillac. This right here, 2021. Okay, November 2021. Let's go back real quick. I just want to go back real quick. That was November 2021. Let's go back and see how far it was when she acknowledged that that was something that he mentioned. Because I'm pretty sure that he mentioned it to her since she didn't even have the damn car correct. How far back was that? May of 2017. So back in May of 2017, when he was standing in front of that Cadillac ATS, May of 2017. And 4 years later, he let her know, hey, I'm trying to get a Nissan GTR. And 4 years later, he got what he was looking for. So he made a goal. He focused and settled on a goal, and he kept going till he had it. He got his chips together. He got his following together. He had enough disposable income that he could afford to get it without it killing him or bankrupting him. And this is what he wanted. So him accomplishing things and making things happen, that's what he was looking for. That's what he was looking for. So this is what he wanted. Okay, he set goals and then he accomplished it. 90% of males aren't able to do that. So she was like, okay, I backed the right horse. Don't worry, we're going to get to it there in a minute. Lost in America. All right. Oh, look. No warning signs here. Look at him. Our relationship in one photo. Great Stream OTK Network. Our relationship in one photo. This is our relationship in one photo. This is a rather ominous statement, Nick. Rather ominous statement. He's holding bananas and watermelons. She's holding liquor. And I told y'all before, wasn't she drinking liquor before out of another bottle? And he's telling you all that this is their relationship in one photo. No warning signs. Here she is with this toxic stuff again. Don't you see she hates men? Don't you see that she doesn't really like men? She just sees the benefit of men, but she doesn't want a man that she doesn't run and doesn't control. Which is why the humiliation rituals were so important to knuckle you under. Okay, does this look like they're really attracted, or does it look like, as usual, she wants distance? By the way, he's wearing pink and she's wearing...
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. Intervention!
Yeah, like I say, he thinks that mess is cute. She got you in pink and she's wearing the dark colors. It's okay, man. Which means he's wearing her coat and she's wearing his, so. Okay. All right. No warning signs. There were no warning signs here, remember? How is he supposed to know? How is a fella supposed to see all this and know that there's a problem? Isn't that what folks are going to say? Well, Jason, how was I to know? Everything was fine. Wasn't no warning signs. Everything was cool. This was cool. This. Okay. Fine. Oh, look at her, boys. She's on that follower count. Today we raised $134,000 for Ukraine. All righty. She wants to be important of herself. This right here. Last day at 25. Is she drinking again? All right. Is she drinking again? No warning signs. None. Once again, arm around his shoulder. You don't see any pictures of these two hugged up. Everything she treats him as is her buddy. Which is the way it was from day one. Ain't that right, Akash Singh? Warning signs. It wasn't a warning sign. This was the way your quote relationship always was. Your relationship was always her standoffish, her not really there for you. It's about what she could get. She wanted to make a name for herself because she has things she wants to do in this life, and you were the means to an end. You could put her on the fast track to getting there. You were going to open doors for her and give her the express lane to getting there, piggybacking off of your work. And that's exactly what he allowed to happen. And as soon as she got all the value she could, all right, time to cut the dead weight. And that's exactly what occurred. This right here, core memory creation in progress. Well, core memory in progress. What is this? It's just, all right. They're just, all right. Yeah, dude, Gucci. All right, just, okay. Who is this that she felt she needed to take a picture of? That's in 2022. Okay. Do what you do. Oh, Jason, you stretching? Sure. Now, this is the picture I wanted everybody to see. Now, in case you all don't recognize from Game of Thrones, that's Thor Bjornsson. At one time, the strongest man in the world if you have that contest. He was the second actor to play the mountain who rides. Third actor? at least the second actor to play the mountain who rides on the Game of Thrones television show. Fantastic job he did. Take a look at where her arm is when she's standing next to Thor. Now, this is what she looks like with her husband. And this is what she looks like standing next to the strongest man in the world. I just wanted to take a moment to juxtaposition. By the way, take a look at her face. Doesn't she look all buoyant and girly? Then you take a look over here. She looks like this my buddy, this my little adopted brother. But when she was standing next to Thor, don't she look? Take a look at her legs. They're straight together. She is at attention. She looks all soft and dainty. Body language, body language, body language, body language. Oh, you're going to argue with me over this too, though, right? We don't really see this, right? This incredible difference between the way she looked with her husband all that time and then all of a sudden 2022, bam! Well, I'll be damned. Totally different body language and posture next to the mountain that rides. Pardon the expression. Pause. But yeah, I wanted you all to remember why, Jason, why are you battering us with these pictures of the two of them together? And you keep talking about her arm is around his shoulder, her arm is over his shoulder, her arm is between the two of them, because I want to show you how she is with another man. And she keeps talking about Norway. I just wanted you to see how she was with another guy. And who's from that part of the world. I just wanted you all to see how she was with another guy. Yeah, she doesn't have her arm propped up between him and her. She ain't doing all that. Okay. All right. No, back in 2022, so this would be 3 years before she filed divorce. Although, now here's where we get to the grimy part. Because you see, when a man wants to file divorce, we ain't like women. Women are dirty. When a man wants to file divorce, he gonna file it that day. He got up that morning. You done burned the damn pancakes again. You done scuffed the wheels on his car again. He's like, oh, I can't take this no more. Where you going? I'm going to the divorce attorney, damn it. I'm through. Women will decide, I want a divorce, but I want to make sure I stack and scheme everything. I want to make sure everything is here. So I'm not going to say anything, but I've decided I'm going to divorce you, but I'm not going to file until I've got all my ducks up. Let me go talk to my mom and my girlfriends and my coworkers, and I'm going to go talk to a couple of divorce attorneys, and they're going to tell me how to situate everything and how to find all the valuables and the assets. So let me make sure I found all the assets first, and then I'm going to actually serve you with your papers. But in reality, a woman has decided she's going to divorce you at least a year to 2 years ahead of time. I've never been married, and I know this. I've never been married, and I know this. I know that a woman plans the divorce just like marriage. She planned the marriage months or years in advance. Dude, she didn't decide to divorce you a couple of days before you got the damn papers. That takes weeks to get the papers together. She decided to divorce you at least a year before you finally got served the papers. When she served you the papers, that means that she's stacked up all the chips and the cards on her side of the table, and now she's ready to execute on you. But she was preparing for this at least a year in advance. So if she served him in 2025, I couldn't help but notice that 36 months earlier, okay. Did your other YouTube channels point this out to you? For all the folks who may stumble upon this later, did your other YouTube channels point this part out to you? Because I saw it. I saw it. Okay. Take a look at all the other females. She looks so cute with another man. Okay. They were letting her know you'll have our support if you do that. By the way, take a look at this caption.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Do y'all see that caption? Do you see this caption? I cooked food for the strongest man in the world, aka the Game of Thrones mountain. Best day ever. Now, if you'll remember on that previous picture with her husband, it said this is one of the best streaming days ever. When she talked about the best day ever, she didn't refer to her birthday and she didn't refer to marrying you. She referred to this. You see, the great thing about the internet and social media is that folks can document things like this. Then we can go back and check and see not the bull crap stories people tell after the fact where they just tell you only the parts they want you to know. Now that you can go back and go look over everything, then all of a sudden, it's like, I'll be damned. Well, she said that this was the best day ever. Ma'am, are you sure getting married to your husband wasn't the best day ever? And she's like, oh no. The best day ever was the day I cooked. Pause. For the mountain. The day I cooked for the mountain. That was the best day ever. So just in case you all thought that I was slow cooking it and slow rolling it through her social media, which I'm sure at some point she's going to sanitize, but I wanted you all to know the real rundown, what really happened, how she was really acting, what she was really saying, and a lot of you fellas are going to start seeing parallels between this and your relationships. A lot of you fellas are going to start seeing parallels between this and your relationships. Yeah. And by the way, did it kind of go like this for you? See, women keep orbiters around because she's like, okay, when I get ready to leave, I just want to be able to already be plugged in where I'm going. I don't want to be wondering where I'm at. And I just wanted you all to know that after all that gaming, the Ukraine thing, 100,000 subscribers, I got married, happy birthday, boo. And then she tells the truth here. Best day ever just to cook for him. By the way, hey, I wonder if a man tells you to cook for him, is that toxic? What? I wonder what toxic is. Because when she was standing next to Thor, I bet you he could go full Viking in that son of a gun. Shut up, wench, and bring me my ale. And she would be sitting there giddy and dancing across the damn floor. For the toxic mountain. Literally wearing a Rogue t-shirt. I know Rogue makes gym gear. They make very good gear, as a matter of fact. One of the best in the world. One of the most expensive in the world either. Some would say overpriced, but they make good gear. They're also good for warranty work too, by the way, just in case I was a little off topic, but in any case. Yeah, he's literally wearing a t-shirt that says Rogue. So obviously this is not toxic. This is not toxic. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Now I'm like, take a look at the guy that she's giddy for, okay? Folks, here's my point. Take a look at the guy that she's giddy for. Now take a look at the guy she's actually married to. Body language don't lie. Men lie to themselves. Body language doesn't lie. Men just lie to themselves. Men tell themselves, I'll grow on her. She told me you grew on me. Men lie to themselves. She told me you're not really my type, but I finally decided to go for a guy who wasn't my type and you grew on me. Body language don't lie. Men just lie to themselves. So, yeah, you'll grow on me. You just grew on me. Oh, I love your mind. You're just in all these nerdy things. And then you see her sitting next to old boy here. And it's like, yeah, that didn't take no growing on her. It was already locked in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Tell yourselves whatever you want to believe. You believe whatever you want to believe. I'm taking a look at facts. Best day ever. Just to cook meals for a man that she ate. I don't think she wasn't married to him, and I don't think they were dating. So she just cooking for him was the best day ever. All right. Okay. I wonder how things look after that. So let me get this straight. When did you do this? August 15th, 2022? When was this? September 2022. So, okay. She's like, hook 'em horns. Okay, we're at the Ferris wheel, whatever. All right. More Twitch stuff. And it's the middle of the pandemic, so you get the deal. You get the deal. Here he is again, only black face in the place. So, all right. What could possibly go wrong? Why is she standing over him like that? I'm really enjoying my time in Norway. Yeah, you look like it. You look like a battered husband. This is 2023, and I suspect that this is when she started deciding that, yeah, we've just about come to the end of our road here. I suspect in 2023, that's when you're going to see the change. So, okay. Probably going to see a lot fewer pictures of him after that. Oh, hell. Yeah, that didn't take long, did it? That didn't take long, did it? 2023, we did it. We. Okay. Where's your husband? We did it. Okay, I see him down here. Where is she at? She's in there somewhere. Wherever she is, okay. All right. We did it. She got what she came for. She got what she came for, and it's more drinking, because we all know that drinking and womanizing don't go hand in hand. All right. Yeah. Let me go back down to Thor, by the way. We'll just go back down to Thor. I walked you all through this because I wanted you to understand that a lot of fellas and a lot of guys are going to try to claim that they didn't see it coming. They didn't know it was happening. They weren't aware. How were they possibly to know what was going to occur? They had no idea. How was I supposed to know that this is what it was going to be? How was I supposed to be able to figure this out? Jason, there were no clues. I was just there. I was faithful. Everything was fine. There were no clues. There were no hints. I just showed you all her social media that he's had access to the whole time since before they got married, since before they started dating. I just showed you all that. And you'll still have somebody tell me, well, what does that mean? I mean, there were no signs there. He really wanted to believe that he was the kind of guy that she went for. Let's just be obvious. That was what he wanted to believe. He wanted to believe that he's the kind of guy that she would go for. She likes gamer stuff. She's not black. You don't have to worry about that cultural dynamic. She can make nigger jokes and you all can sit there and laugh about it. And okay. You beat out all the white dudes. Everything's home free, right? Okay, let's go ahead and go and listen to his video here that he made discussing about now that the divorce is over at this point. I'm not going to play the whole thing. There are just some key parts I want you all to hear.
Is a bit longer. The first thing she wanted, and by the way this works is it's essentially a line with a like for a check mark and then the thing that they wanted. So the first thing that she wanted was to grant the divorce between the parties on the grounds of insupportability. This is very important, and I'm explaining exactly what that means right now. In Texas, a divorce can be granted on the grounds of insupportability, which is the state's no-fault divorce ground. The Texas Family Code defines insupportability as a conflict or discord of personalities between the spouses that destroys legitimate ends of the marriage relationship and prevents any reasonable expectation of reconciliation. In practical terms, it means neither spouse has to prove wrongdoing, no evidence of adultery, cruelty, abandonment, or other fault is required. The court.
Okay, folks, now, you notice that when he said adultery, you notice that he paused and looked into the camera.
No evidence of adultery.
So you'll notice right when he reads that part of the statute, he says that in the state of Texas, no fault basically in these circumstances means no evidence of adultery, cruelty, abandonment, or other fault is required. The reason why he's pausing is because she made the claim that he had been cheating on her with this chick, basically. But she made the claim that he had been cheating on her. That was what she said. However, when it was time to actually file, she filed basically under their no-fault statute. So even though she made the claim that she said he had been cheating on me, when it was actually time for her to file, she didn't file with fault. She filed under no fault. So, yeah, make of that what you will.
Cruelty, abandonment, or other fault is required. The court only needs to find that the marriage has become unworkable and that reconciliation is not reasonably expected. So you can file divorce on other grounds, and I'll explain what those are. Cruelty. You can file for adultery, which didn't happen, conviction of a felony, abandonment, living apart, etc. She filed on the grounds of insupportability. Next. Award Milena Midtoy-Palom a disproportionate shares of the party's estate for the following reasons, including but not limited to. So she wanted more than 50-50. Respondent's economic and financial abuse of the petitioner. Respondent's failure to permit access to the party's community property accounts, including for purposes of insight and access to such community funds. Benefits the innocent spouse may have derived from continuation of the marriage. Disparity of earning power of the spouses and their ability to support. Earning power, business opportunities, capacities, and the ability of the spouses. Nature of the property involved in the division. Waste and attorney's fees to be paid. So to explain that, the judge, in order to grant Milena her disproportionate share, would have to find something that fits those sort of grounds. Any of those bullet points that I read off. Next, confirmation of Milena Midtoy's separate property as outlined in the attached spreadsheet, meaning that there's an attached spreadsheet here that has her own property in it. Makes sense. Next, order Milena Midtoy-Palom's waste claim for Nicholas Michael Palom's excessive expenditures. That was over $100,000 they had claimed against me. The next thing she wanted, and this is one of the reasons.
Excessive expenditures. I wonder what that would be. I wonder.
Reasons why we had to go to trial. Order Milena Midtoy-Palom's request for post-divorce maintenance for a period of 5 years from February 1st, 2026 in the amount of $5,000 a month.
Okay, so on top of everything else that she makes on her own, on top of everything else she was getting, remember, she's got her own following and stuff. She's got, like, on Instagram, 106,000 followers. and she's a Twitch streamer and gaming and whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if she's laid up with another guy tonight. On top of all of that, she also wanted him, not the mountain, by the way, not the mountain. No, she wants him. She was asking the court to get him to give her 60% of all their assets and for him to pay her $60,000 a year. That's all. Hey, Your Honor, just go ahead and make him have to give me $60,000 a year on top of everything else. Never mind what I'm making. He needs to give me $60,000 a year, 60% of our assets, and $60,000 a year on top of that. This guy's not flaming rich like that, fellas. He really isn't. What I'm saying is that she couldn't get nothing from the mountain, so let's go ahead and squeeze this guy over here. You mean to tell me you didn't see that coming, bruh? From everything else you saw, you were so worried about your Nissan GTR that you didn't even take a look to see what her dream car was. I keep warning all these fellas in here. Fellas, you need to ask your chick what is her dream car, and you need to shut the hell up and let her tell you what it is, and you better believe her when she says it. If she can give you the exact make and model of it, fellas, and especially if she can tell you about the trim and the amenities, dude, she means that. I don't care if she only says it to you once. If a female can tell you the exact make and model of a car that she wants and she says that's her dream car, dude, she's not playing. She means that. She really does. And the fella or the circumstances that can put that in her hands, that's where she going. Now, you can sit there and lie to yourself and say, oh, she'll give that up. Oh, she doesn't really mean it like that. Oh, she's not really that serious. Okay. All right. Tell yourself whatever lie you want to believe. And when this thing comes back to hell around, and it will, you'll find out. Now, there was a reason why she wanted this $5,000 a month. I just want you all to know there's a reason that she wanted that. This guy's not an NBA player. He's not an NFL athlete. There's a reason why, on top of everything else she wanted to get out of him, that she wanted the $5,000 a month to $60,000 a year. And which is basically $300,000 over the course of 5 years. There's a reason for it. We'll come back to that in a moment.
So she wanted me to pay her $5,000 a month for 5 years. We don't even have kids. Next, and this was the biggest one, the most important one, and it's going to take some time to explain it because this is also why we really had to go to trial. Order Milena Midtoy-Palm be granted a judgment against Nicholas Michael Palm with specific language securing such entrance against the shares and stock held by Nicholas Michael Palm with his interests in OTK Ventures, OTK Media, and Kings Gaming Labs Incorporated. So this is essentially the crux of the entire trial. I mentioned earlier that Milena wanted a disproportionate share of the estate. She wanted a 60-40 split of the entire estate, but it was a little bit more complicated than that. What she wanted to do essentially was have her 60% be all cash and my 40% be heavily weighted in my OTK shares.
Did you all get that? So that OTK thing I was telling y'all about when you saw her doing that OTK stuff I was showing, they had their t-shirts and things. That was what he helped her to get knee deep off in the game of what they were doing. And as it accrued value, she's like, okay, well, if we're married and stuff, I have access to that. However, at this point, when it was time for the divorce, she's telling the court, okay, I want you all to give me 60% of the cash. You leave him with the, quote, stock. You leave him with that. You give me the cash that he has acquired. Give me the cash that has been accumulated. You give me that. So if half of our assets are in cash and the other half is in stock and frozen assets, give me the cash and then give him everything else. And tell him to pay me $60,000 a year on top of that. On top of taking all the liquid assets, give me all the cash up front and then tell him to pay me another $300,000. That was what she had her attorneys go to court and ask for. Now, the divorce is over at this point, but that's what she had them going looking for. And I'm like, dude, the whole point is this puts these pictures in a whole new context. Brother, she ain't never fooled with your ass like that. She was never into you like that. Never. It was always business. And she looks like she could barely stand to do it. It was always like that. You were always something she tolerated. It was always about an asset that she got an interest in without a lot of investment. And then once the asset matured, then it was time to cash the asset out. And you can see from her body language and every damn thing else, this was always the plan. This was the way it was always gonna go. This was what she was always planning to do. And her body language told you from the beginning. That picture over there on the left is damn near saying, get off me. And the only person who was telling himself that wasn't the case was him. Until the day she got some lawyers to get together and say, okay, let's see how much we can squeeze them for.
She wanted about 90% of the cash reserves, plus she wanted me to pay her this post-divorce maintenance, and my 40% would be essentially all in my OTK shares, which no one really knows what those are worth. This was the biggest point of contention in the trial for me. I don't think anyone would have accepted the offer that was presented in front of them. Essentially, it would drain me to 10% cash reserves, be in debt a whole bunch of money. So I would put a lot of trust in those OTK shares being worth something someday. So that is just about half of the document. And I don't know if I should say this, but now it gets kind of funny. And I'm gonna explain to you why.
Okay, well, let me explain to you why she was doing that. For anybody who's saying, why would she ask for such an outrageous thing? It's because she knows that he's the real power that got them to prominence. He's the real gamer. He's the one who knows the ins and outs. She just kind of really cosplays at it, but he's the real force and the real drive behind it. And once she divorces him, that most likely the audience is going to turn against her. So her ability to make money off of this after this, she's going to have to do it on her own. She was anticipating that that's really going to dry up. She was anticipating that that was really going to dry up. So she wants to shove out as much cash as she can on the front end because she anticipates that her earning power is about to fall off a cliff because the community is going to see what she's doing and they're going to be rocking with him. So if you want to know why it was, she not only wanted to grab a bunch of money from the assets up front, she also wanted to keep obligating him to that. And that's because she was most likely anticipating that that was going to be an issue going forward. So she was trying to give herself as much of a cushion and a buffer as she could.
Up next is a section called income taxes. And let me read this for you. Order that any refunds received from the date of marriage through the date of divorce be divided equally by the parties, with Milena Midtoy being entitled to 50% and Nicholas Michael Pollan being entitled to 50%. So if there was a tax refund, she would get half of it, I would get half of it. Makes sense, right? Order any liability from the date of marriage to the date of divorce be paid solely by Nicholas Pollan. So if there was a tax bill, I would have to pay for all of the taxes. But if there's a refund, Milena would get half of it. Order that the parties file separate tax returns and partitions as January 1st, 2026, and each party be liable for their own respective taxes for 2026 and each awarded respective returns for 2026. Makes sense to me. Up next, injunctions. And this is where it gets a little bit confusing. I'll try my best to explain it for everyone. Order Nicholas Michael Pollan be restrained and enjoined from making any public statements, whether written, verbal, or visual, regarding the ongoing litigation and the parties' divorce, unless mutually agreed upon in writing by the parties and filed within the court. So that essentially says that me, and you notice her name's not there, but me and me alone can't talk about it. And then the next line is, strictly in the event the...
Yeah, I'll tell you about these Texas courts and gag orders. People want gag orders when they know they're going to do something they shouldn't be doing. So basically, she was trying to use a divorce court to put a gag order on them. So these Texas courts and gag orders, people, is always crooked.
Court does not grant the requested permanent injunction. Milena Midtoy Palm requests the court after trial on the merits to grant the following permanent injunctions enjoining the parties, their agents, servants, employees, and attorneys. So pretty much everyone involved this is the following injunction. Directly or indirectly disseminating, publishing, or causing to be published, or directly or indirectly requesting a person disseminating or publishing any letter, story, statement, correspondence, description, or depiction of any kind whatsoever, including on any social media, whether fictionalized or not, which is or could be reasonably interpreted to be disparaging, negative, or defamatory in its description of the other party's personal, professional, private, or family life, including without limitation the business or the financial affairs of the other party. So essentially anyone involved with me whatsoever could not talk about this divorce. Spoiler, that did not get granted because obviously we're talking about it now. I'll explain why that didn't get granted, because essentially that's an infringement on my First Amendment right to the Constitution of the United States of America, which is freedom of speech. Milena Midtoy Palm
But the fact she was even asking for it is diabolical. No, he didn't have a prenup because, I mean, can't you see she's good people? Can't you see she loves him? Take a look at this picture over here on the left. Can't you see that's true love? Can't you see that? So, no, he doesn't need a prenup. Prenups are for people you don't trust. I mean, she's a gamer. And she has dogs. And she's not black. So, what could possibly go wrong?
Request the court order Nicholas Michael Palm to pay reasonable attorney's fees, expenses, and costs through trial and appeal, and a judgment should be rendered in favor of Milena Midtoy Palm against Nicholas Michael Palm and be ordered to pay directly to Milena Midtoy Palm. Milena Midtoy Palm request post-judgment interest as allowed by law.
Okay, so also notice that it didn't just say through trial, it said through trial and appeal. So don't be surprised if she doesn't like this, I mean, they like I say, he's gotten the court order for it, but I wouldn't be surprised if she appeals it. Don't be surprised if she does.
Also, it says Milena Midtoy Palm requests the court deny any and all of Nicholas Palm's requested relief filed with the court. So that's a lot. I'll explain quickly what she wanted. She wanted a 60-40 split because of her reasons listed. She wanted me to pay her $5,000 a month for 5 years. She wanted the majority of my part of the split to be locked up in my OTK shares. She wanted me not to be able to talk about the case whatsoever. She wanted the things about taxes. She also wanted me to pay her lawyer fees. So what did I want? Let's get into it. It's not going to be as long as what she wanted, so we'll keep it plain as possible. I'll read it as is, just like I did with hers. Number 1, grounds of divorce. Nicholas Michael Palm requests that the court be granted a divorce on the grounds of insupportability. There's that word again, insupportability. This is the only thing that we agreed upon in the entire case, which is good. It really is. Next, division of community property. Nicholas Michael Palm requests that the court divide the community estate in a manner that the court deems just in right as provided by law and set out in Exhibit A attached hereto. So Exhibit A is essentially a exhibit with spreadsheets, and it ends up being a 50-50 split down the middle. Stocks, shares, cash, everything. Next, separate property. Nicholas Michael Palm requests that the court confirm and assign his separate property to Nicholas Michael Palm as set out in Exhibit A attached hereto. So my stuff is my stuff. Milena also had her stuff. Her stuff is her stuff, which makes sense to me. Next, waste and reconstitution.
Well, we all know that's not really the way that occurs. So, like I say, he's pointing out the parts that he wanted there. To anybody wondering, no, there wasn't really a prenup involved. So, once again, you're dating on love. What could possibly go wrong? You're during the pandemic. She's going to be good people. Nothing to be worried about here. Nothing to be worried about. What could possibly go wrong? We're going to go ahead and fast forward here to get to the part about the ruling. So how did things turn out?
2025. What we have here is the court's ruling. This is what everyone's been waiting for. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Dear counsel, from January 12th, 2026 to January 13th, 2026, the court presided over this case and took it under advisement. The ruling of the court is as follows. Divorce is granted on the grounds of insupportability. It's good. That's what I wanted. That's what Milena wanted. It's a no-fault divorce. Next, division of community property. 50% to Mr. Palm and 50% to Miss Palm, with the exception of King's Gaming Lab, Starforge, ordered to be split 55% to Miss Palm and 45% to Mr. Pollum, the court finds that the disproportionate share of those funds are warranted due, number one, the disparity of the earning power, number two, nature of the property involved, and three, waste. So let me explain before everyone gets all excited what that means. I have a very small ownership in Starforge. She gets 5% more than I do, and if you do the math, it ends up being about 15K. If you remember during Melena's...
Pretty sure a prenup would have ended all that, although you have to be careful because if you start acquiring assets during the marriage, like for example, if you get married to a chick and then she talks you into starting a new venture after you've married her or getting involved in something else with her buddies after you've married her, and they got you all sitting around here all goofy and stuff, and she gets you to go into another venture and it's your name that really gives the value to it. However, you started this new property after you married her. Well, guess what? She didn't put in all the work, but she's going to be fully vested by law because you started this new asset after you got married. So this is new community property that would not be shielded as a pre-existing asset. So, by the way, if you got a name for yourself and you let her talk, we would be good to start this. Oh, let's join this group over here. You can join it if you want to, but that's you starting something new. And she gets an interest in everything new that you either start or get involved in or sign up for. Oh, that's she gonna get a part of that too. So, yeah, that's a lesson there.
Disposition of issues, she had asked for a 60-40 split because of things like economic and financial abuse of the petitioner. She did not get that. The community estate was essentially just 50-50 split down the middle, with the exception of Starforge, which is about a $15,000 extra towards Melania. And it makes sense to me. I will probably earn more than her going forward, and that seems pretty fair to me. Up next, and this is very, very, very important because it has to do with my shares, Nick and NMP LOL are designated as constructive trustee for Miss Pollum's interest. So what that means, I don't have to send her my shares. I don't have to send her cash for the shares. I will hold her shares in my name until they're sold, if and when they're sold. So that was a big, big, big deal for me. Doesn't put me in generational debt. And, if they sell, they sell. Up next, attorney's fees, denied. Each party pays their own attorney's fees. Motion to seal the court records, denied. Injunctions, denied. Post-divorce maintenance, denied. That means me not being able to talk about the case was denied, and the $5,000 a month for 5 years that Melania wanted was also denied. She did not get that. Each party is to keep credit card in its debt in their own name. Each party to keep household furnishings in their possession. So all this stuff in this house is mine. All the stuff in hers is hers. Each party to keep their jewelry and personal items. So for example, that necklace that I wore, I get to keep. Pokemon card collection to be divided equally. Mr. and Mrs.
She gets half the Pokemon collection. Okay, bruh. Sentimental stuff. Why does she even want that? What interest does she have in a Pokemon collection except to go try to pawn it?
Pollum to each keep their own online skins. Magic the Gathering card collection to be divided equally. The Super 73 bike is awarded to Miss Pollum. Each party to keep ownership of their own social media accounts. 2023 Cadillac Escalade is awarded to Miss Pollum.
Oh.
2021 Nissan GTR is awarded to me.
Now, how in the world is that awarded to him if he's the one who worked for it and earned it and bought it, but all of a sudden it has to be awarded to you? Let's go back and check this one here. 2023 Cadillac Escalade, y'all. So basically, if you bought this thing on a 5-year note, it doesn't matter whether it's under Section 179 or not. Let's just say they've got it under a 5-year note. So he's bought it. This is a bit of a far cry from the, by the way, this is a bit of a far cry from the Range Rover that she was looking for, remember? This is a bit of a far cry from the Range Rover that she said was her dream car. So this isn't quite on that same level there. But you know what would have been great for him? What would have been great for him? I want you fellas to understand that for you fellas, if you ever get to the high 6s or 7 figures, Don't be afraid to purchase an exotic.
Nigga, what?
Don't be afraid to do that. If you're in a relationship with a chick like this, don't be afraid to get that. For the reasons I've already outlined. Let me just tell you, that's a ticking time bomb. She can go ahead and get it. The question isn't can you get it? The question is can you keep it? Can you afford the maintenance? Can you afford everything it's going to cost to have it? Because that damn thing's a money pit. On top of that, you're talking about assets, man, let her have the house too. Fellas, go get a 10,000 square foot house. Have you ever tried to do maintenance and property taxes on a 10,000 square foot house? 10,000 square foot house, a Range Rover. Can you imagine those two things would constitute an ongoing expense? You want to know about the law of unintended persecution? You go get a big old house. You go get a great big huge expensive car. You all get divorced. Tell her, Your Honor, let her have the house and the car. She can have both of them. And she's sitting up there thinking she's doing victory laps. And then next thing you know, the only thing she can do is see if you can figure out to get some dude up in there because, this is going to hurt. There's no way this ends well. No way that this ends well. The worst thing you can do is drop an exotic car on somebody who's not prepared to continue paying for it. Long after you've paid the car off, it's going to continue to keep having costs associated with it. There's no way for you to get around it. So, fellas, just keep that in mind. If something like that does occur, you can get another house. If you're the one who generates the revenue, dude, you're going to get another house. You're going to get another exotic. I don't think she can. At the very least, if she tries, she's going to have to work her ass off because that's what you had to do to make it happen. She's going to have to work her ass off and then some, which is why whether it's Amory, I said it, or Tisha Campbell. Okay, Jason's saying names tonight. Folks, whether it's Amory, Tisha Campbell, we can go down the list. Every time you hear about these chicks, they sitting up here fighting over 10-year-old Range Rovers and stuff. Yeah, because these damn things ain't cheap. And if the money may have been coming in real good at the beginning, but if the money doesn't keep flowing in good, these are just going to be very, very expensive items to try to keep. That's all it's going to be. They're going to be like children. They're expensive things that you have to keep paying for. You don't have the option of getting out from up under it. The insurance alone. If you drive it, God help you if you damage a windshield and have to get it replaced. If you have a flat tire. Range Rover's notorious for mechanical issues. We can go down the list. So this is where you're begging for something and demanding to have it. And if you drop it in their laps, by the way, you were flossing good for about the first year and that was it. Go ahead and get that heifer in S-Class. I'm talking about the $200,000. Go ahead and get her a Maybach GLS 600. Go ahead and get that. Let me tell you, when that air ride suspension, when the airbags and the air ride suspension start to get stiff and start slowly leaking, exquisite, magnificent ride for the first few years. But once we get to year 4 or 5 and the air ride suspension, the airbags start leaking because the rubber has started to dry rot. Once that starts happening, it's like, oh, that's going to be a good $6,000 to $8,000. Brakes are going to be a good $5,000 to $7,000. Did you realize, and you don't get to payment plan those. You have to pay that all up front. Did you know that? Well, you were expecting him to pay for it. Well, when you were married, you did. But now these are your cars and your expenses. And I promise you, within 36 months, you will see that bastard sitting up on blocks. If it's going down the street is smoking. She is not going to get up under there and change the oil. She won't. It just ain't happening. When you get to 30,000 miles, somebody needs to change the transmission fluid. When you get to 50,000 miles, somebody needs to change the transfer case and both differentials.
Nigga, what?
Oh, you forgot about that. Oh, well, yeah, when you get one of those all-wheel drive vehicles, you do understand there's a differential in the front and the back. Well, I'm sorry, there's a differential in the front, a differential in the back, and a transfer case in the middle. So you don't have just one area for changing those fluids, you got 3. And you're going to need to do that no later than the 50,000 mile mark. So you either won't drive it, which destroys the value of having it, or you will drive it, and we are going to go closer and closer to the day you have to pay for those. There's no way around it. And nobody tells you this. So, by the way, you want to have that G-Wagon? Oh, that's great. With the 3 lockers, that's great. And you're going to need to know how to change the differential fluid on all 3 lockers. Front differential, rear differential, transfer case, good luck. With no help from Mercedes. So, yeah, fellas, if you want to talk about abundance, part of abundance is leaving somebody with a whole bunch of expenses that you were the only thing keeping the damn ceiling from caving in on. You want to reward someone generously, bring them into the world of exquisite things. You want to punish them extensively, let them try to carry it on their own. So I want all the fellas in here to understand when it comes time to do that, dude, you'll get another house. You'll get another house. Leave her with that. Do never be afraid to get nice things. You go ahead and do that. You be the source that holds those things up. And if you have to leave, you're going to be the only thing that was keeping it from falling in. She's not going to want to work 80 hours a week to make that happen. No female is online trying to figure out how to stream 80 hours a week. Only men do that. A female is going to want to come and swing some booty meat on Twitch or show some cleavage for about 30 minutes and she's already tired. It's only men who will sit up here and stream for 4 or 5 hours, 6, 7 hours a day, 7 days a week. Men are the only ones who do that. Men are the only ones who do marathons. Men are the only ones who build these asset classes and stocks and all these conventions and things. That's the men who do that. The women just show up later. Hey, nice place. The women don't build any of that. Shout out Essence Festival. The women don't do that. The men are the only ones who do that. That's a lot of damn work. There are 0 females trying to figure out how to work 80 hours a week. They're not doing it. And if you try to force them to, they're going to call that abuse or slavery. They're not doing that. So fellas, do not be afraid to do nice things for yourself, and don't be afraid to get extremely nice things. What probably got him? Well, I've known her for a decade. Dude, I took a look at y'all's damn pictures, bro. You didn't know this chick at all. You didn't know her at all. You just knew what you wanted to believe. And by the way, I couldn't help but notice I see history repeating itself.
And deal with it, nigga.
By the way, one more thing, I couldn't help but notice that I see history repeating itself. This Filipina chick here, she's got that same calculating look in her eyes, cosplaying, hanging out with you gamers. She's kind of awkward. She sees you guys are easily sprung. She sees that you're low-hanging fruit. Yeah, she knows she got you around her damn finger. So, like I say, he's signed up for it again. He's just signed up for it again. So, the only thing that might help him is if he doesn't get married, although I don't predict that's going to save him very much because he's the kind of guy who there's not a whole lot more going on. So without that confidence quotient, he's going to let females talk him off into deals where they get equity in what he's doing. He's going to let them talk him off into deals where they get equity in what he's doing, and he's going to sign it over so that he can be accepted by them. So, mark my words, history will repeat itself with or without the marriage quotient. So I don't wish ill on him, but when I see fundamental flaws in a person, that's a different matter. So things that could have been learned here. Recognize what the real lessons are, things that could have been learned, and the real lessons, not the mess that they're telling you wrong on any other channel, which did not investigate this thoroughly. I went over her social media, and it was very, very clear from the beginning what she was about and what she wasn't. This was all part of her plan. This was all part of a business strategy. And oh yeah, right before she turns 30 years old, that's when she drops the bomb and says, here are your divorce papers. And I submit to you that if you saw these pictures, in hindsight, looking at these pictures, it puts everything in a brand new light. Now that you can see this a decade after they got together, when you realize that these were all the pictures they were taking before, you go back and look over it to ask yourself, were there any signs? Were there any clues that maybe she wasn't really legit to begin with? Were there any signs that maybe she wasn't really true to begin with? Maybe she wasn't really totally honest or forthcoming. Maybe she wasn't really into you like that. When you see how she went after you later and telling the court that she wants 60% of everything, which is just an outrageous claim to make. How the hell could you say something like that? Dude, this is what she came for. This was the plan all along. She was setting up the damn scam. She was setting up the heist from the beginning. She was setting up the heist from the beginning. She was looking for a fella who had more money than self-respect, and she's sitting up here getting you to bow under and cow under, and she's putting damn me dog ears on you and bunny ears on you in Disney World. She's made you into one of her damn pets. And then when she realized, okay, I can't take this anymore, let me go ahead and dump him off, and the signs were there the whole time. Who knows? Maybe he's learned from it. Maybe. However, you might disagree. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and pin the Zoom link here into the chat room. You're more than welcome to go ahead and give us a call on this. It doesn't matter if you know who they are or if you don't know who they are. That's really irrelevant. What does matter is making sure that you are aware yourself of exactly how you can get yourself tied up in a situation like this. I want to see all my fellas out here prosper. I want to see you all do well, but most of all, I want you to be nobody's damn fool. And you cannot be so an individual, a guy who is so unaccustomed to getting female attention that when you have a female who very clearly is got you buddied, she's sitting here buddying you. You talking about getting married to a chick who's treating you like her damn buddy. And there's a whole bunch of fellas out there looking at you, Russell Wilson. A whole bunch of fellas out there thinking you booed up, and in reality you buddied up. And all she's doing is looking at your earning potential. You are a vehicle that's going to transport her where she wants to be. And God help you when she gets there, because she's going to have some dirtbag lawyers on deck who are going to help her pull off the heist and pull off this caper. We're going to go ahead and get to that here. Before I do, I want to thank everyone who's contributed to support the Nice program on PayPal, Super Chat, Venmo. Shout out to Jason C's at $7.993. Thank you very much for your support tonight, brother. We appreciate that. Here to Uno, to Charles Tofield, to Rodney Scott, and to everybody else here who's contributed to support the Nice program. I know it's a Friday night. Let this be a teaching moment. I'm not saying this to beat up on anybody. I'm not saying this to drag anybody. Let this be a teaching moment here. As men, I want to see you do well. You're going to have to excel. You're going to have to exceed. You're going to become, a lot of you are going to be nerds who somehow were able to acquire tremendous value, tremendous excess effort, and you're telling yourselves the only people who have to worry about that are NBA athletes and NFL athletes, and you don't understand that you are a social media athlete. Maybe you're not going to make $100 million. Maybe you're going to make $2 million. Okay, but there's going to be a chick out there who she can't make $10,000 on her own, but she sees a way to get $1 million out of you. So that's the real thing for you to keep in mind. Nothing more disgusting than the chick sitting up here talking about her dad, and you're sitting up here doing 10 times what her dad did. Her father was never able to do that, and she wants him to be a role model for you. And I want you fellas to recognize when you're being played, and one of the ways of doing that, hey man, right here, this is a perfect illustration. She got you buddied. Now with the Filipino chick, by the way, with the Filipino chick, he's doing a little bit different with that one, but to be totally honest with you, that one's not any better. And just stay on the line there on Zoom, Alicia. I'm going to get to you here in just a moment. Here he is with the Filipina chick. I just want y'all to know that this isn't any better. Take a look at the body language. Take a look at the body language. Where's her hand? Take a look at the body language, and then you're identifying her being Filipina. So he's sprung on race. She's exotic. Okay, wow, okay. Yeah, this is what she offers. Yeah, she's not Americanized at all. She's not Westernized at all. This is what she offers. Yeah. No red flags or warning signs here. Well, I know her from the gaming world. She was with us all this whole time. Well, no red flags here. She hasn't sized up this mark here, has she? Nope. No warning signs at all. None. He's sprung on race. Where's her hand? This all looks familiar. What's the body language in this picture? What's the body language here, y'all? What's the body language? He's Carlton Banks here. Still hasn't figured it out. They forced me into doing this. You mean like when you went to Disney World with the mouse ears? Like they forced that? Take a look at him, folks. Okay. Take a look at the body language here. Look familiar? Okay. Okay, he's trying to do that. She looks so enthused, don't she? Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, dude. Yeah. This kind of goofy stuff right here. This kind of goofy stuff here. I mean, he can't see it. The internet, like I say, you think professional athletes are bad because they were given a bunch of money really, really quickly. But a lot of these fellas have used the internet to basically do the same thing themselves. They got a bunch of money, more money than average, more money than they ever had. And they don't realize you got it too damn quick and you can't see that they can see you're a mark, man. They can see you're a mark. You don't get it because you don't want to get it. And we're in the same place we were before. Yeah, we're in the same place before. So she's just working a little bit harder. Let's hear it for Benihana. She's just working a little bit harder, but she don't really fool with you like that. She just has to do a little bit better. You're doing it again, man. You're doing it again. You think you're quirky. All this says to a female is goofy, corny. All this says to a female is corny. Could you all imagine Thor Bjornsson sitting up here doing that? Could you all imagine the mountain that rides doing that? So, yeah. He's just going to go from one chick to another who invade those spaces because these are the kind of guys who are in it. And, yeah, just everything's cringeworthy. Think about this for a moment. This is her. This is him. Everything is cringe. So, all right, bro. Do you, man. Do you. Boy, this reminds me so much of Jeezy. Oh, that reminds me so much of Jeezy. It really does. It really does. Oh, she's scrawny, ain't she? Okay. Boy, she's kind of scrawny. No disrespect, ma'am. Yeah, you need a lot more slices of that pizza. Yes, ma'am. You might want to go through 5 or 6 of them slices. You might want to do that. Okay, boy, y'all, this is so Jeezy. Young Jeezy, this reminds me of him. Okay, yeah. Same old thing. All right, bruh. Yeah, she's not into you like that. Take a look, folks. She's looking at the camera. She's looking at the camera. All right, can the camera see me? She's like, oh, nigga, get off me. Camera, 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 camera. Okay, camera, get off me. So, we'll be seeing this again soon. He's trying to do his Russell Wilson impersonation. If I wear all black, that'll do it. Bro, you're not getting it. And is this another chick who's drinking? He went from one gamer chick who was drinking to another one drinking. By the way, I wonder who's paying for this. Hey, who do y'all think is paying for these trips, y'all? By the way, who do you think was paying for all these trips that these chicks he was with wanted to go on? Who do y'all think was paying for it? You think they were going 50-50 or asking for a friend? Passenger princess, okay. With the tarantula things, it's like, all right, they love gassing his head up. So, all right, brother, do what you do here. Well, this says burning passion, doesn't it? This says genuine desire, doesn't it? All right, yeah, boy. Went black, never going back.
Damn!
Okay. This sounds like the ghetto and get my hair just done did and yeah. Okay. All right. Went black, never going back. Okay. Yeah. She's Filipino, dude. This is the basis of you all's relationship. Yeah, because this is what he wants to hear. Okay. Corny as hell. I can't take anymore. I wanted you all to see that the internet didn't show you the rest of this, but just so you be aware, yeah, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down exactly the way I told you it would. Let's go ahead and jump over here on Zoom right quick. The Zoom link is pinned there in the chat room. Let's go ahead and check this out. Okay.
Hi, how are ya?
Hello, Alicia. What's on your mind?
I think you told me to call in because I think I'd written something about
You know what you said. Let's go.
Something about like women posted a lot of pictures of pets. I had just gone on this girl's page. I knew she posted pictures of her pets. I didn't know she posted that many though. Like I didn't know she like did it like every other one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, how many do you think is too many?
Like it was like every other one. Like you know what I mean? Like 100. Like I don't know. I can't really come up with a number.
Okay, well here's the thing. If you have one picture of one pet in your pantry, what? That's one picture too many. Even if that's the only pet picture you have on your profile. If I have a picture of one of your pets in the pantry, right on top of the water, but below the Ritz crackers, yeah, this is one picture too many, ma'am. So I know what your metric was. I'm letting you know what the real metric is.
Yeah. Right
there. We got a problem. If you got pictures of pets on the bed, it's not about pictures of pets on the bed. That just confirms it. So if you got pets in the house, period, we got issues. And this will lead to bigger things. So
yeah. What does insupportability mean? I've never heard of a divorce on insupportability. What does that even mean? Like, I don't even know what that means. I was so confused. I was like, insupportability?
Well, they're referring to they're referring to the status of the marriage itself. So basically, it's just a legal term that was adopted in Texas, but a legal term which is basically their phrasing of no fault divorce.
Yeah. So I feel like she's making it. I feel like she's making it up. I feel like she's using it as like a real excuse for something else. Like I've never heard someone be like, "I'm gonna get a divorce on insupportability." Like, why not just say that like you're cheating or that like there's something is going on? Why can't you just like be honest? You know what I mean?
Well, if she's cheating, that could bias the court against her, although it's unlikely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, by going under a no fault statute, you're basically asking the court not to consider those things. Yeah. Remember, that's the request is what you're making of the court, not of the other person. Mm-hmm. So you're asking the judge, hey, I just want to get out. And like I say, it's nonsense. It's garbage. And I just wanted you all to actually take a look at her social media. Fortunately, her social media hasn't been scrubbed yet. And you're getting an honest assessment of what their relationship was. And I'm showing you all the way back to before she got with him. pets were in the picture, and she already was hooked in this gaming thing to a degree before she turned 18. So she may have been a little bit of a socially awkward white girl. That's perfectly fine. She's doing game. I'm just saying she's doing gaming. She's doing anime, so on and so forth. But maybe the white dudes weren't digging her. And she ran into this fella here and she saw, okay, maybe there's something different about him or whatever. And he's no stress. He's not really demanding. And next thing you know, you become her next pet. That's the point of all these animals around. When a female gets used to that kind of environment, she's developed more of a relationship with animals than she has with people. Just like nerds tend to develop more of a relationship with electronics and publications than they do people.
Yeah.
So I'm just showing you the parallels between the two. When the woman starts treating you like another one of her pets, she's patting you on the head, she's scruffing behind your ears, she's taking you to Disney World like one of her damn pets. I'm like, dude, this isn't how a woman treats a man that she's submitting to. Yeah. So like, you need to really question the nature of this relationship you all have.
Yeah, I was like showing one of my friends. I was like, tell me, what do you think? And she's like, it looks very like buddy, like I don't really want to be there. Like you're just there. And I'm kind of like, that one with her in that weird dress. It's like, I'm trying to push you away. Like, cause I don't really feel you like that. I'm not really that into you. It's like, don't you get it? Like, don't most people like lean into their partner when they're into them? They don't like push them away. Like kind of like, I'm just gonna look at you and pretend I'm interested when I'm not. You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's weird.
Well, it's not weird when you're with your coworkers. If this was one of your coworkers, that'd be fine. If this was one of your schoolmates, you would immediately recognize it and there wouldn't be an issue. This is what you would expect with your schoolmates or your coworkers. With a fella that she claims to be attracted to on sexual terms. Now, this ain't the way that goes. That's not the way that body language looks.
Yeah, like if I like someone, I'm not going to be like, put my shoulder on and be like, you know what I mean? Like looking like all cheesy and stuff. That's
if
weird.
You did do it, it'll only be once. I mean, I'm just saying, if you did do it, maybe if I only found one picture, now I was telling you all, aha, I got the evidence. I mean, okay, if that's just one picture out of many, then that would be statistically insignificant. What I'm showing you is that I walked you all through all of this so that nobody can accuse me of picking and choosing and cherry picking things and filtering stuff out. I'm showing you this was a steady drumbeat. This was the norm. The norm was this buddying of him. The exceptions were kissing him or being close up on him. You can literally count those all on one hand and still have enough fingers left over to drive.
Yeah.
So that was what I wanted to show you. And then I wanted to show you, and by the way, one picture with Thor Bjornsson is a whole different body language and attitude, and not to mention her caption, best day ever. Hey, dude. That's the real her. Mm-hmm. You've been telling yourself that didn't matter because you've seen that reaction from her in other places with other men. You want to tell yourself, well, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. And that's why she wants to get the hell up out of here while she's still 30 so that maybe she can go get a ticket to ride. That's the way it is when
I've already tried that. I tried.
30 years old, let me go get this last ticket to ride here. Maybe one of these other gamers or somebody, will do that. And let's be honest, females file for divorce when they think they found something else or when they want to hurry up and try to pursue something else. That's when that occurs. So for her to do this, and I think they wrapped this up in like a year. So even the timeline of this, they really could have drugged this out longer, but it didn't. So that tells me there's somewhere else she's trying to be. And she's trying to hurry up and get there. So she didn't really want to drag this divorce out either. She wanted to get this concluded so that she can take up wherever she was shifting her focus to or whoever else she's targeted. She wants to hurry up and get that started. And that person's probably like, I can't really fool with you married like that. Well, we're divorcing. Okay, holla back at me when y'all got that settled because I'm not trying to chase this separated.
If you're not attracted to your partner, then why would you marry them? Why would you marry someone that you're not attracted to, that you're not into? Like, what is the point of getting married? You know what I mean? I know attraction's not everything, but why would you marry someone that you're not into?
Because marriage means two different things to men and women.
And what is that?
For a man, by way of society, marriage is obligation. For women, marriage is benefits. If women were required to give out obligations the way that men were in marriage, women would stop talking about marriage tomorrow morning. The reason that women bug you and badger you and nag you and whine and complain about marriage endlessly is because there's a bag of benefits in it, a bag of unearned benefits. If you remove that, women would stop talking about marriage tomorrow morning. They would just stop talking.
Are you talking about money or like sexual about? Is it just money or
okay, well, let me go ahead and go down that list because unfortunately the real problem is folks have to be properly educated about this because they don't understand exactly what that means. So I'm glad you asked. Number one is there are physical assets that you receive. Your high value gurus and your red pill morons didn't tell you all this. As a woman, when you have a man, especially one who is married to you, remember that word I used before, obligation. A man doesn't have a choice whether he's going to stand in front of bullets for you. When you get married, does he have a choice in that anymore? Maybe when you two were co-workers, he could go running down the hallway like a white woman and get away with it. Maybe if you two were dating, although everybody would condemn him for that. But if this is your husband and he is refusing flat out, oh man, I love you, baby, I ain't standing for the bullets for you, he would be condemned by everybody, including his own family members. So he is now socially obligated. There's no written law that says he must, but basically there might as well be because there's a social obligation that literally everyone he knows, if they saw it on video, he would be a pariah. He would no longer be your husband. He'd be known as the guy who ran when bullets were flying at you. That's what he'd be known as. So that's a crushing social obligation. As a woman, you've never thought about standing in front of bullets for a man. Married, dating, male family members, you have never considered it. You don't feel obligated to do that. So that's a benefit that you receive as a woman that a man simply can't get. Yeah, your red pill, MAGA, high value folk, they never told you that when they all go to financials because that's the only thing that they know. Excuse me, this is the most basic benefit that you receive is the expectation that a man's going to die for you. If you hear something go bump in the middle of the night and he nudge you on the shoulder, hey, listen, go check and see what that is. No, you're not. You'll be like, I'm going to get divorced tomorrow morning because there's no use in having you. Next, we go to financial. Although, to be totally honest, there's another layer before that. But next we go to financial. And all that really means is that you are not going to be relegated to doing that by yourself. That you are no longer, you have a backup plan, which as a single woman you don't have. You are plan A and B. When you have a man who has married you, your expectation is that he's plan A. And that you're not even plan B. That he's plan A and plan B, and you're really supplemental at best. But you will not be required. Not anymore. So when you say husband, you mean obligated to be plan A and B. You don't mean we're co-money earners. What you mean is he's obligated to be plan A and B, and I can retire from being plan A and B. Now that's what you mean. You don't say those words, but that's what you're expecting. So you see, when he says married, he means something different from you. Third, there's a third one. There's a social component. Every female gets with a man expecting that her life is going to get better. So in 7 years, the car you drive will improve. The neighborhood you're in will improve. Your social status will improve simply as a condition of being with him. Just because the two of you are together, that's going to change. That's what you mean when you get married. No man marries you thinking my social status is going to change simply because I married her. I'm going to get an upgrade in people's eyes simply because I married her. That's not what a man is thinking when he gets married to you. Yeah. Not at all.
Yeah.
Fourth, Jason, are you serious? Fourth, they never explained this to you all. They never did. Fourth is sexually. Do you see how far I buried this one?
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Okay. Fourth one is sexually. As a female, you are expecting that man to be your everything. If he's not, you think that if you do start cheating on him, well, he had it coming. But when you say married, you mean that sexually he's going to be your everything. However, that's not what you mean to him. You don't mean you're going to be his sexual everything.
I know.
Okay, but the problem is when you get to the altar, you're going to be telling everybody that you are. Even though that's a lie. So you see, men don't get to lie and say they're going to be your sexual everything and then not hold up their end of the bargain. Women, however, when they say getting married, she really means everything in quotations.
Yeah.
But she does not mean literally everything. And to all the new folk out there listening or whatnot, what does Jason mean? Well, it depends. If your guy was used to having threesomes, before you two got married, and you say, well, I'm going to be his everything, and he's like, oh, great. Well, then I get to keep having what I've been having. And she's like, well, I meant everything except that. Well, wait a minute. If you say everything except, that means that's not everything.
Yeah.
Okay, but you get to tell your whole family and stuff a lie. Now, he's going to be obligated, whether you two are having sex or not, he's still going to be obligated to do all those other things I just told you, even if he's not getting everything. That's what you are expecting when you get married. You expect I can give him all the sex he wants or none at all, and I still get all the benefits I've been getting. That's how you define marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not what the man means. When he says marriage, we get to the sexual part. Well, he means exactly the opposite. Wow. Oh, okay. So there's actually a couple more points. I'm going to stop right there. Now that you all had that, and by the way, just ask. Well, no, it's only a few. It's only about. It's only a few. It's only like 6. But I just wanted to give you those to let you know that. By the way, hey folks, why is it you never heard this from Rolo or the Red Pillars or any of the clowns out? Why is it they never said this? And haven't said it to this day, just listed it out very, very quickly and plainly in plain English. You can't argue with it. Why is it they've never done that? Because they don't know. This isn't an anthropology lesson. This is power dynamics and sociology. That's all it is. When women say marriage, they mean something different.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem comes in. If we ever obligated females to mean what held them to their word, then all of a sudden, quote unquote, marriage would become a lot less appealing to a lot more women. There would still be women who want it, but it would only be the ones who are actually going to work for it. And the majority of females, to them, marriage is a take. Marriage is a scam. Marriage is a heist, which is why half the marriages break up. They're not breaking up because the man didn't do what he said. They're breaking up because her expectation of the heist didn't come off the way she wanted. She thought she was going to pull off this heist, and it didn't work. And when it doesn't work, then she's like, well, the law says I can just leave now. Let me go see if I can find a new bank to rob.
Yeah.
And it becomes that. So 50% of the marriages in a divorce, and 80% of those are the females doing it. Yeah, well, that's what you do when a heist doesn't work. Leave the parking lot, go find a new bank to case.
Yeah, those are hard to find. Finding a good man is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Wow, she said finding a good man. I'm so glad you said that. Can you please define for me what is a, quote, good man?
I was going to come up with the wrong answer. I'm going to try.
Man, it can't be a wrong answer if it's your opinion. So all I'm asking you is to just define it for me. What do you define as a, quote, good man?
Someone who's honest. Someone who's like respectable. Someone who is like stable. I'm not talking about like financially. Somebody who's like mentally stable and like mentally stable, I guess. And financially stable is important, but it's not everything. And someone who I can get along with, someone who I have like values with, who I have like core values and like things like that.
Okay. All those are great and wonderful things. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at that right quick? She said emotionally stable. Who defines if he's emotionally stable?
That's a good question. The psychologist?
No, it's not. You know exactly what it is. You think you're going to define it.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you will be the arbiter and the judge if he is, quote, emotionally stable. So you're going to expect him to meet your requirement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to be financially stable. What? Okay, we all know where this one goes.
Well, I mean, you can't live in
who
like a
is
homeless.
who is going to who is going to define that he is financially stable enough? Because what you're going to say is, well, he can't be homeless. Well, that's a given that he can't be homeless. Now, what you're really trying to get to is what standard of living, and that for you is going to be a reflection of you. Well, this is the standard of living that I think I should have. And if you start judging that this man is unable to do that for you, it doesn't matter if you could never do it for yourself. You feel he's obligated to bridge that gap. So once again, I got a sneaking suspicion that I know who's going to be appoint themselves the judge of whether or not he is financially stable enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's levels to it, and he might be financially stable, but if he's not enough for what you're looking for, that he may end up being disqualified, even though he's not homeless.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really know like what financially stable is. It's like, what is it, like 6 figures or something, or like?
Okay,
I
you
don't
know
even
exactly what financially stable.
No,
enough.
I really
you know
don't,
exactly
like,
what it is for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, don't worry. You and I have already covered the 7-year car thing. What kind of car you want to drive in 7 years? We've already covered that. So yeah. So there you go. All right. Then when you add kids to the equation, you can triple whatever that number is.
I do not want kids. I don't.
Okay, you say that now. Just be quiet. You want somebody emotionally unstable. What? You saying that nonsense now. No, you.
I'm 35. I'm 35 years old. Like, I feel like I'm past
baby,
that
if
time.
you was dating Michael B. Jordan, you'd be sitting there counting your eggs right now. So just knock it off. Knock it off. In any case, then she was saying that he wants him to have her values. Now, isn't that interesting? She wants him to share her values. She doesn't want to share his. She wants a man who shares her values. Huh. Interesting. So you notice how all these metrics here, I'm like, by the way, she'll be the one deciding if you qualify. She's going to set the metric and say this is what it's got to be, but she's going to be the one who decides if you qualify.
Yeah.
Okay. All I'm saying is that we talk about values. That was the whole reason I brought up the pets thing. What if you meet a man who tells you, by the way, all these damn cats got to go? But me and Mittens been rolling for a decade. It's like, okay, well, Mittens needs to be in an animal shelter because, yeah, cat hair and cat fur and all this old mess right here, that's what you were before you had a man. So I can't really rock with a chick who's got Garfield around here. Garfield and Marmaduke.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's not really going to make it. I'm not going to have cat fur flying around the kitchen and whatnot while I'm trying to make eggs. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So what's it going to be, ma'am? Do we accommodate your values or do you start accommodating his because he's the man? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because females will be quick to do that right there. If a man is single and he's got his Dodge Charger, soon as she has some kids, she wants him to give up that single Dodge Charger life and go get a minivan and start showing up for baseball games. Don't be shaking your head lying.
Are you kidding me? I had someone with a Dodge. That thing was always in the shop. Always in the shop. I was
Okay,
like,
but the
oh my
bottom line,
God.
okay, how'd that work out?
Not too well.
Okay,
but,
thank you. You're gonna. I just said you're gonna want him to give that up. When he was a single man, that was one thing. You're gonna be like, oh no, we need something reliable that carries 6 kids, and so you can show up for football games because you can't be an absentee dad. Okay,
You know that car more than me.
you're going to start demanding that. I don't give a damn what you think you're saying. No, when the rubber meets the road, that's what it'll be. So, once again, you're going to be expecting that from him. Okay, well, it's like, so he's going to be expecting this open air kennel in the house?
Yeah.
These coping mechanisms that you latched onto out of college because you didn't really acclimate to men, so you've got a companion to, quote, keep you company because you failed to really be able to retain the attention of a man of any worth. I didn't say value, I said worth. So when females fail to do that, they start stockpiling pets.
Or plants. I've heard you say plants.
Well, we'll just stick with the pets right now. Plants are almost as bad, but we'll just stick with the pets right now. So, once again, I'm saying when we talk about values, is that a value that you're going to gravitate to?
So you love my cat? I love my cat. I can't give him.
I know you love your cat. That's why I said right there. It's like, okay, you worry about a man with children, and meanwhile, Heathcliff is running around there. So it's just, that's what I'm saying. Is what do you think's going to happen?
I have no idea.
You know exactly what's going to occur. You're going to have a guy who likes dog hair.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to know who that fella is. All right, you know who that fella is right there. You might have a gamer who'll put up with that, the both of you sharing cat hair and stuff. Okay, fine. But the fella you're really going to be lusting for is going to be a guy who doesn't keep pets around like that. Because he has a life and he's got structure, and you understand at the end of the day he doesn't need crutches.
Right, right.
And it's one thing to have a pet, but the problem is you all get pets as crutches. Emotional crutches. Okay, you're dealing with a man who's standing on his own 2 feet. He ain't got no damn crutches. And he's got no use for yours. So does he get you and bring your crutches, or are you going to start standing on your 2 feet so that you're a match for him?
I don't know. I mean, I would hope you could come to a compromise.
You don't know. She doesn't know if she wants to stand on her own 2 feet, y'all.
Oh no, I do. Oh no, I do. I'm sorry. I didn't.
And she literally just said, I don't know. We need to compromise. Let me explain something to you, ma'am. The man who's going to stand in front of bullets for you, the man who's going to be above average lifestyle, the man who's going to be competitive, you think he wants to compromise with you? Do you think he came to you to get married to compromise with you?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure you all listen to yourselves for a moment. You're expecting him to do all that, and then he comes to you so that he can get your permission. Okay, let's discuss the negotiation. Negotiation? I'm standing in front of bullets. I'm playing A and B. I'm Mr. Do You Right, Barry White, and I came to you to negotiate. I do all that, and now I'm coming to you to negotiate?
Mm-hmm.
So I am the bag, but I'm coming to you to negotiate something. What are we negotiating about? If I'm holding all the cards and I'm pulling all the weight, explain to me exactly what are we negotiating here?
That's a good question.
Okay, you the one said there's negotiation. I'm trying to figure out what the negotiation's about.
I mean, I'm sorry, but the pet came before you, and he'll be here after you.
Okay, well, you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like you and him need to be curled up together is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds like the two of you need to be curled up together here, and y'all can sit up here and you can keep sweeping cat hair out of the pantry and the oven and everything else right there. And I hope this damn mutt knows how to change the oil on your car. You're going to need him to. So why don't we do that instead? How about that one? You can start, you and Pet Cemetery can do your thing over here, but
yeah,
we'll see how fly that is. You think them fellas with their Dodge Chargers breaking down look funny? Okay, here you are with the damn cats.
Yeah.
She's switching one out every decade, so this is my friend. Okay, well, no wonder there's no room for a competent man.
Yeah.
There's no room for a competent man because he got to step over all these felines. So it's a competent man's not going to sit up here and have that going on. Come on now. He's going to look at you and see if you ready to receive something. It's like, okay, she ain't ready to receive nothing but 9 lives. It's
yeah.
She's talking about she ready for a built man here, and this I don't see room for nothing around here but puppy chow. So what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, it's just hard to give him up because like I've had him since he was like forever. So it's like it's kind of like a part of me, you know.
And you know there are guys who, you know, they have their gaming consoles or other things. And I'm not going to say there's anything necessarily quote unquote wrong with the gaming console. What I am saying is that you know when you've got these things to take the place of a person.
Yeah.
You know when you have them, this is your companion. Please understand, you're going to be asking a man, that's like being a single mom. It's like being a single mom. And now you're asking this man how is he going to be the head of the household? And he's walking into that. And females don't think about that. Y'all got your crutches. And I'm like, okay.
I don't think about it that way.
Of course not, because you're not even thinking about a man. You're thinking about what you want.
I would
You're
love
not-
to have a good man, but I don't know what they are. Like, I can't like, you know.
Okay, they are avoiding chicks with cats and pets and plants and vapes and vegans, and they're avoiding them. That's what's going on, baby. They're doing that. Women who drink too much and smoke weed and all this old mess, they're avoiding them, is what they're doing. So if any of this sounds too familiar, it's like, you know exactly what they had. That screeching sound, and that's them swerving to avoid. That's them swerving to avoid contact. So when they start seeing that, but we can see the signs, man. We can see the signs when that's what's going on. Women don't understand that. Men can see the signs. The guys who got to pick the low-hanging fruit, they just got to deal with it. They got to walk in and deal with it, and eventually you're going to get sick of him. Okay. Because the fellas you really want ain't going to take it. That's the crazy part. The man you really want doesn't need a crutch. The man you are going to be depending on to be your rock, baby, he doesn't have crutches. That's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a woman who has crutches, that's going to be very much a deterrent to a man who doesn't need any.
Right, right.
As a matter of fact, he's just going to see that as a burden. Okay, but the man you're looking for doesn't keep burdens. So this walking contradiction women want to be, that's the problem.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like having a drug habit. You can have him or you can have the pipe, you know. I mean, well, the pipe comforts me. Okay, well. All right, she chose.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say. Like, you know what I mean? I just kind of.
Well, now you know how to measure it, man. It's either that or, you know, just keep yourself a gift card to the pet shop, you know. Go ahead. And I don't know if they make points for it yet, but you get enough from them after a certain extent. You get enough of them, then you might be able to trade it in for a new Fido, something like that. But yeah, that's not cool all the time. It really, really isn't.
No, yeah.
Especially for those of you who got them young, you all got them in your early 20s and stuff like that. It's like, oh hell, fellas, if you got a chick who has a dog since her early 20s, she might as well have a drug habit.
I got when I was at 27.
Okay. Fellas, if you get a chick who got a dog in her 20s, she might as well have a drug habit. You might as well go get a chick who's on heroin or meth. You might as well, because it's going to be equally as difficult to divorce the two of them. So you might as well.
Yeah.
I'll let you have the last word.
Well, if that's what it takes, you know, I mean, it's something to consider, that's for sure. I mean, if that's really what the issue is, I mean, I don't know.
Okay, ma'am. Like I say, you can either go to Ocean Prime or you can go to Meow Mix. I mean, it's just, you got options in this world. How you gonna move and how you gonna eat? So,
right.
Okay, there's a man can take you to the restaurant, or you can take him to the pet aisle. Well, welcome to 2026. They're not naive anymore. Fellas see it coming, and the fellas who ain't got no options will be like, well, you know, maybe I can make it with the kittens over here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Fellas, that's not innocuous. I don't care what anybody told you, what you believe. This is not innocuous. It's not harmless. It means something when a chick got pets around. Oh, Jason, ain't nothing wrong with pets. Okay, you think about your mama. No. You and that pet will be in mortal combat. That pet is a crutch. That pet is a substitute for a person. And she sees that animal as her emotional anchor. And the dog is going to be more important than you. The cat's going to be more important than you. She's going to be focusing on them. So whenever you have a dispute with her, it's going to be her and the kitten against you. She's going to be trying to use pets for veto power. You see the same thing with plants. You see the same thing with a heifer with a weed habit. You see the same thing with somebody who's sitting up here with pills. You see the same thing with them. So Remember I said the men want a female who's a clean slate. These are not harmless things. Yes, there are folk who have pets, but the bottom line is, okay, I guess the both of y'all better be pet people. However, if she had that pet before meeting you, just understand there's a reason why the majority of those relationships break up. That pet is her emotional wall. She cares about, that's like having another man in the house. She comes and takes care of the pet. So you see, she's got a deep relationship with the pet and a superficial one with you. That pet is the emotional anchor that holds her down so she can keep you at emotional arm's length, because if the pet wasn't there, she would have no choice but to fully commit to you. She doesn't have to fully commit to you so long as she has something else that she can emotionally anchor herself to. So it's no surprise that single motherhood and pets go hand in hand. The pathology goes hand in hand. This is not exaggeration. As a male, you can ignore it if you want to. Hey, you're perfectly allowed to be as stupid as you want to be. But when it comes back to bite you, either figuratively or the pet may literally bite you, just remember somebody tried to tell you the damn truth. In this era, people just want to believe the lies they want to believe, and then they want to wait until something blows up in their face, and then it's like, ooh, that was bad. Why don't we go ahead and watch it in the first place and just be honest about it? When you see these warning signs, I just want the fellas to understand what it is. And by the way, one more again, let me remind you one more again. If a chick roll up on you like that, okay, fellas, you need to keep her in her place. This chick had pets. She got liquor flowing. She don't really fool with you like that. Okay, then you need to meet her energy. Old dude was good when she was the gamer chick that he was laying up with. He was doing good then. The rest of them dudes was sitting up looking all envious and jealous. He was doing good back in 2017. The rest of them had these little weird meth head looking ones and whatnot. If he got her on the squad, the rest of them know he doing what he do. She done chose up. He was doing good back in 2017, 2018 when she was desiring him and digging him. And he'd have done a whole lot better just having a relationship with her for 2 or 3 years. And then cycle out and go trade her in for a new one. He was doing good at that time. No, he went for the bait. He fell for the bait. But the truth is, he was doing good back then. Bring her over, stretch her out over the Xbox, and then send her home with her damn dog hair.
And deal with it.
Bring through the Hoover vacuum so you can go ahead and suck the damn cat hair off your sweater. He's got the Nissan GTR. Okay, go straight to the car wash after you drop her off so you can vacuum out the car and get the feline hair out of it. Like, okay. If you gonna play that game, play that game. He was doing good like that. Get the little gamer chick, tell her, hey, you got to leave the cat home. Okay, I'm not hanging out with them. You want to go to Disney World? That's cool. Do that. All right. I hope she doesn't smell like dogs. Okay. Go ahead and do that. He was doing good back in 2017, 2018. Just lay up and roll out. Let the rest of them hate. She'd have been chasing him regardless. She was trying to get her weight up. She was trying to get her numbers up. She was trying to get herself ingrained in this world so that she would have some equity in her damn self. I don't even know if you want to go that far with her, but dude, just lay up with her for a little bit. That's good, man. Just keep it at that level. I bet you he's wishing he had done it now.
Nigga, please.
I bet you he's wishing he had done it now. I bet you now he's wishing that's the way he had played it. Somebody go back and ask him now if he would have trouble doing that, because he's with the Filipina trying to pretend like he's ready to play the game that way. But yeah, if he had a do-over, I bet you it'd be easier for him to do it like that now. So just understand the perspective I'm coming at it from. Okay, she got pets and plants and all this old mess going on. She likes to drink. I don't even drink, period. But I'm smart enough to know, okay, if this is the kind, I'm not telling you don't lay up with the broad. I'm like, okay, he wants to go knock down the gamer chick. Okay, cool. There are rules of engagement. If you're going to pursue this particular female, just understand she thinks she's slick. She thinks she's going to get hooks in you. So there are rules of engagement. There's a certain level you go to, and then there's a certain level that you go no further. The problem is that most of these guys don't really have any real sexual female options. So whenever one female responds, they got to go all in because they usually have no options at all. And it's like, okay. So they usually have to overpay. But the bottom line is, if you're going to fool with a chick like this, there are rules of engagement. Meet it from that perspective. You have to be a little emotionally distant. You can't be more invested than she is, because she's looking to see, how do I get you more emotionally invested than I am, because she's looking to get something. No, and just back off of that. And the crazy part is, if he has simply stayed focused on his gaming, focused on the business, focused on what he was building, if he had stayed focused on that, she would still be following behind him like a puppy to this damn day, because wasn't nobody else really at his level making it pop like he was. And that's really the truth, because you can only choose from the options that are available, not the ones you wish were available. So, yeah, I suspect you're going to see her with another guy within the next year, and that's going to be the guy she was talking to the whole time. The whole last year while she's been divorcing him, she's eventually going to have to show the guy she's been talking to. And she's going to claim that they didn't start talking until after the divorce was over, but she's eventually going to show you somebody that you all have seen around the whole time. When she pops out with the new dude, or a girl. What? By the way, it's either going to be a dude or a girl.
Auntie, chill.
And when she does, it'll be somebody it's not going to be somebody you hadn't seen before. It's going to be somebody that you've seen. It's going to be somebody who was in the picture the whole time. When whoever it is that she pops out with next, it'll be somebody who was there the whole time. She just didn't want to show them because it would ruin the image, but it'll be somebody who was there the whole damn time. And all that mess she was talking about, him cheating and this, that, and the other, it'll be obvious. Oh, no, baby, that was you. That was you. I want this to be a teaching moment for all the fellas out there. I don't want you to be afraid of things. You need to have things on your damn side. First and foremost, you need to be vetting these things properly. Is she into you more than you are into her? If that's the case, that'll work. As a man, if you're expected to give up everything, first and foremost is you have to have a female who is giving you everything without reservation, without hesitation. If you're a fella who's not used to female company, you're probably not used to vetting female company, which means you can't tell whether or not she's more into you. If you're a guy who is if you're a fella who doesn't eat very often, they say, don't go to a restaurant hungry. Or don't go ordering food when you're hungry, because you are guaranteed going to overspend. Don't go to a restaurant starving. You can go to a restaurant with an appetite, or you can go to a restaurant anticipating one, but don't go to a restaurant when you're starving. I guarantee you're going to overspend. Same thing when it comes to dealing with females. Don't deal with females when you're famished. Don't deal with females when you're lonely, when you don't have options. Don't do that. I promise you will overspend. I promise you'll overpay. Because women can see it. They can see when you're a guy who gets female attention. They can also see when you're a guy that, you don't get nothing. They can see that. She can see it in your eyes that you don't get anything. And next thing you know, she's like, okay, I'm going to go grab him, because women do it every day. This is why females have orbiters. Females cheat literally at 5 times the level of men.
Nigga, what?
Men don't want to believe this. Women cheat more than men. Far more. You know why? Because they get far more options. They get far more opportunities. Women soft cheat every day. Women like to wear tight jeans. That is them signaling. They send out a broad signal to every male, but then they filter for the ones they want, so they know everybody's looking, and she's doing that because you have to broadcast. And then if she just so happens to grab the attention of one that she wants, she's grabbed all your attention so she can get the attention of the one she wants. So women soft cheat all the time. They keep orbiters all the time. The guys they're smiling at, they keep them smiling all the time. Women soft cheat all the time. Men can't soft cheat. We don't get the opportunity. Well, there's only about 10-20% of the male population that can do it. But as a rule, men can do it. Men aren't able to do it as much as women are. So if anybody wants to know about that, women cheat much more than men. Y'all are just soft cheating. They got orbiters and the FedEx dude you keep smiling at your job, and oh, we're just friendly, and don't let that heifer work in a hospital or something like that. She's just soft cheating all over the damn place, and as soon as she got a work husband. Men never made the term work wives. Did you all notice that? Work wife isn't a phrase that men have ever used. I don't care how rich he was. I don't care if he had a secretary. His secretary was never referred to as his work wife. Women made the phrase work husband. However, you never heard men refer to their secretaries or assistants or a female coworker as their work wife. That's a phrase that women made. Yeah, because that was one time women were being honest. That was a time they were being honest. That lets you know, by the way, they are constantly practicing cultivating orbiters. This is a guy who, if I push it just a little bit more, we'd be laying on top of each other. If I push it just a little bit more. Why does she want to make sure she has the ability to push it a little bit more? Well, just in case. Okay. So, fellas, I want you to learn about this. As many of you are going to become successful, you're going to become more successful, you're going to make more money, but if you don't cultivate the personal skills, being an alpha is not about just how you look. It's also about your social skills, your economic skills, your emotional skills. If you're a fella who doesn't practice interacting, if female attention is new, if you are easily impressed by a chick simply because she's in your proximity, just understand you're going to be vulnerable. And you might be telling yourself, well, I'm not making $10 million a year. That doesn't matter if you're talking to a chick who makes $1,000 a month. If you're making $3,000 or $4,000, nigga, that's a come up for her. So you don't have to be making $10 million a year. If you're making 4 times as much as she does, that's a come up. Even if you're just a stepping stone, that's a come up. It's now worth her while to see what she can get out of you. And there are going to be a bunch of you fellas listening to me right now. Over the course of the next decade, if you work at it and whatnot, your money is actually going to outstrip your social ability. So you're still going to be socially awkward, but your income is increased. Next thing you know, you're getting more female attention without realizing that you're not actually ready for it because they all see that you're a mark and new for it. And you don't actually recognize when a chick is after what you got, or you tell yourself that what you got will hold her. But if you're not socially adept, now you get desperate and she starts telling you stuff like, if we're not getting married, where is this going? But she knows that you're starving for female attention. So if a female asks you where is this going, you're afraid to say it's going right where it is. Let's see if you can maintain it. But we are at our destination. If a female knows that you are unwilling to let her go, then she knows all I got to do is start pressuring you to get married and give up your damn assets. He will get desperate, figuring, well, getting married to her will finally satisfy her and will finally stop her from complaining, and she'll finally be happy and stay. And the divorce courts are clear, concrete evidence that this doesn't work out most of the time. Most of the time, this is a lie. And this fella here walked right off into it. He's got to give up half his Pokemon collection, half of his stocks. He paid a couple of $100,000 in attorney's fees. He's wasted 4 or 5 years being married to her when they could have just been bed buddies and he could have left her in the lane that she belonged. Cause in the words of Finesse 2-Time, nigga, when the hoe ready to go, she ready to go.
And deal with it, nigga.
When the hoe ready to go, she ready to go. So all that ass kissing, sucking up, going to Disney World, putting on rabbit ears and mouse ears, holding up the watermelon and the bananas, all that mess you did, and the hoe still walked. Like they usually do. You did all that and she still bounced. And when she went to court, she was dragging you. Like they always do. So you did all that and she walked anyway. Well, okay. Why don't we just flip the script and be like, okay, let's just assume that the chances are better they're going to walk than not. So what do I have to do to make sure I don't give up my damn self-respect? We'll keep the damn money. How about keeping my self-respect? So this is a lesson for the fellas out there. Please keep that in mind. If she's not becoming more like you, then you are like her and you should never become like her. If she's coming to you, it should be because she's coming in the door. I want to be more like you. Fellas, you know you're getting played if a chick has come to you and she's not becoming more like you. If you're coming to her and you're spending more time with pets, you're becoming more childlike, you're going to theme parks you never went to, she's not becoming deeper off into your way of doing things, you're actually sliding off into hers. Fellas, that's your first and biggest clue that this ain't going the way you thought it was. She came to get something out of you and you're acquiescing to it. If a female has come to you as a man, she's supposed to be coming to you because she sees the example you set and she wants to be more like that example. If she's not doing that, that's your biggest clue right there. It ain't working. And now you're becoming more like her. You're following her interests. Damn, that interests coincide. Fellas, you should have specific interests that she's not doing, that she becomes more like that. Once again, that's your metric. If that's not occurring, she ain't really into you like that. You make more money than she does? Oh, okay, well, you'll pay some bills. And there's a lot of fellas out here thinking to themselves, okay, fine, I'll just do that. I'll just pay the bills. Jason, if that'll just make her sit still, good. If that'll just make her sit still, fine. Fine. A lot of fellas out here leading with their damn assets and like, well, if I let her have some of that, that's good. And, okay, you're telling yourself you're dealing in good faith. Yeah, because the bottom line is you never had nothing as fly as she is before, in quotations. You're willing to bet the farm because you're like, okay, I have arrived. And you can't see this. She's like, oh, you're a stepping stone. Well, surely a woman would not, marry me just to be a stepping stone. Surely it wouldn't be a stepping stone. So many fellas out there don't get that. So many fellas do not get that. And these are young men. These aren't even old men. We ain't even getting into pinch and pimp territory. We're not even getting into pinch and pimp territory, so the damn simping. Fellas out here, they're getting on the internet. They're figuring out a way to make things work. They're making above average income and going straight to Simpville. So take this as a lesson, fellas. Take this as a lesson in how bad it can go, because this could have gone left, man. That judge could have sat there and said, you know what? Because the judge already hit him talking about we're going to give her most of the equity in the stock because economic disparity. What the hell? That judge could have gone all the way left and been like, well, you know, could have gave him the Kyle Rittenhouse treatment. Well, you know, it's you doing better than her, little nigga, so let me go ahead and we're going to give her 60% of every damn thing. We're going to give her the house and the car because you have economic disparity. You got more economic control than she does. So we're going to give her 60% of the current assets, and you're going to need to pay her for the next 5 years. And this could have gone all the way left on him. So he really dodged a bullet. To be totally honest, it cost him $200,000 damn dollars. So think about that for a moment. $200,000. How much did he spend to get in this marriage? Now, how much is it going to cost him to get out? Fellas, if a chick wants to marry you, she got to wait 2 or 3 years. Fellas, if a chick wants to marry you, she got to come in the door showing what she brings. If a chick wants to marry you, she got to be giving you the Michael B. Jordan passion treatment. If you're telling yourself that she would be treating Michael better than this, Denzel better than this, Idris better than this, and none of them niggas gonna marry her, but you would, dude, you're getting played. You're getting played. If she's giving you her list of requirements, you're getting played. Women don't have requirements for the men that they really desire, except that he be around. That's her only requirement, is that he be there. For the fellas they don't desire, they tax you. So you're constantly paying for gifts, constantly paying for vacations, constantly paying for things. Well, yeah, you're getting taxed, man, because your presence alone ain't worth it to her. And they can see that you're not used to finding out how they treat men they really want to be with. Because notice, for this guy here, he had to sit up here and pay for trips and Disney World mess. Thor Bjornsson, she was happy just to sit there in the damn kitchen and cook for him. Words she never said about her husband, by the way. Fellas, if a woman is into you, she pays for you. All this damn bull jive ass arguing about 50-50, 50-50 me ass. When a chick wants you, she has no problem paying for it. Ever. Airline tickets, restaurants, vacations. When a woman wants you, she ain't got a problem with that. Take a look at Chris Brown. Hoes pay $1,000 just to sit in the same damn room with him. The same female telling you that you have to go 50-50. The same female telling you that she ain't gonna go 50-50 with you is sitting there giving Chris Brown, a multi-millionaire, $1,100 just to take a picture with him, while she's telling you that she won't go 50-50. She won't go half on a meal at the restaurant, much less her pay for it. Y'all want us acting like the men, but she gets in front of Chris Brown, a major multimillionaire, and she's throwing him $1,000, a man who don't need it. What the hell is Chris Brown gonna do with $1,000? Now, there's a bunch of fellas in here. $1,000 is the mortgage. $1,000 is the car note times 2. $1,000 is a car repair. $1,000 actually means something to you. $1,000 means nothing to Chris Brown, and them chicks think many of them were fiancés. Some of them was married. They think nothing of giving a man who doesn't need it. Here you go, Chris, $1,000. Fellas, stop being played. I'm not being hyperbolic. This is a real damn thing. And remember, that $1,000 was on top of their ticket price. What? So they've already paid for the ticket, and then they just gave Chris Brown $1,000 as a tip, including the little crippled ones walking in there in their wheelchairs and on their crutches. I mean, they were coming. Think about that for a few moments here. Sidebar. There's fellas out there who are disabled. The disabled chicks are like, man, you ain't good enough for me. That's got to be a hell of a... She's in a wheelchair, you in a wheelchair, and she's like, I need a nigga who can walk. Think about that for a few moments. She's in a wheelchair, you're in a wheelchair. Females in a wheelchair be like, I can't date no nigga in a wheelchair. I want a nigga that can walk. Nobody wants to talk about this side of hypergamy. They use that phrase, but they don't want to talk about this side of hypergamy. Chicks will be a midget. She's like, I need a nigga that's 4 feet tall. She's 3'5". She wants a nigga 4 feet tall. She's 4 feet tall. She wants a nigga 5'2". Okay, they don't want to talk about this side of the game. So, fellas, if she's really into you, yeah, it doesn't go like this. It doesn't. Fool yourself and otherwise. Tell yourself that's not true. Okay, fine. Don't worry. The truth is going to reveal itself. Okay, we got building here on Zoom. Turn off your speakers, sir.
My bad. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's on your mind?
All right. I got a question. I actually got a couple, but do after like watching you, you know what I'm saying, break this down like consistently, do you, like, I don't know if you into like conspiracies or anything like that, but do you believe like these chicks like be sent to do this stuff? You know what I mean? Like from certain like power, because even like in this case where, you know, she wasn't awarded nothing, maybe he had to pay somebody like under the table to really get her to, I mean, get them to, you know, let it go. But do you think like it's like some underground like network where they like scope these dudes out and they send certain chicks that they know can, you know what I mean, like,
yeah,
break them down
the
like
underground
that?
network is called her mama. That's the underground network, brothers. Look, if you're a male who has financial resources, every con artist, hustler, scammer out there is looking to get at you. The problem is that men tell themselves that if a chick ain't from the street, she ain't hustling. So you have this preconceived notion in your head of what a hustler is. And you don't realize most females are hustlers. I don't mean hustlers in the Nicky Barnes sense like they stack up big paper. What I mean is hustlers as they have to be calculating. And what most males don't realize is that most females don't really desire you. They desire what they can get. And that's the unspoken, dirty little secret. Her job is to convince you that she really wants you, because the truth of the matter is a man doesn't stand in front of bullets for somebody who is not fully invested in him, because you're about to give up everything. If she tips her hand that you really ain't everything to her, but you're going to give up everything for her, yeah, you're going to be very unlikely to stand in front of bullets now. And those bullets aren't just physical, financial, social. There's a bunch of things that you extend to yourself where you could wipe yourself out totally for her. Case in point, you wake up one day and you find out your chick was doing porn. What? Okay, well, that's you standing in front of bullets if you stay with her. Well, I mean, there's niggas out there, I don't care what she did before me. Oh, good. So if she used to do porn, that's okay. Right? I mean, she doesn't do it anymore. So go ahead and pay that mortgage, dude. Yeah, she stopped doing that porn, bro. Go ahead and pay that mortgage now. So that's standing in front of bullets for her. If you do that, and there are fellas who will. Not a lot, but there's fellas who will. They found her old Freaknik tape or whatever. He's still sitting there paying the damn mortgage. Niggas at Walmart walking by giggling at him, but okay. So there's a number of different ways that you as a man stand in front of bullets for a woman. Women understand this. And this is why when males try to rationalize to themselves that you were not her first choice, that means a whole damn different thing for men than it does for women. Don't let these jackasses on the internet sit up here and deceive you all. When a man says that a woman wasn't his first choice, that we don't mean the same thing a woman does. When a woman says you are not her first choice, what she means is she already had the one she wanted. That is not what men mean. Men mean they had an ideal in their head, and, well, she didn't really meet that ideal, but we roll with her anyway. When women say you were not the first choice, she means she already had him. And for whatever reason, she fumbled it, and now she here with you. That's what women mean when they say that. Now, that's not at all what you mean.
This is, yeah, because like the reason being like, okay, because like as a man, like I'm not, you know what I'm saying, like I'm not like no millionaire or nothing like that. But what I end up finding myself doing is like, you know, because I take so much advice, I listen to you a lot, you know what I mean, and I see exactly a lot of the stuff that you point out. But what ended up happening is I'm like, what do I do with them? Because like, I mean, I get them, you know, things happen, some, I do what I do, some it don't work out, but at the end of the day, like it's like, well, what else do I do with them? You know, because they don't stop coming, they don't stop trying. You know what I mean? Even, you know, you can make it clear, you can make it, you know, you can play with them, you can be direct with them. They don't stop.
Yeah, but
so
it depends on the caliber of her. Because, well, they don't stop, they keep coming. Okay, but if it's a bunch of trash keeps coming, brother, that's nothing to brag on. So at the end of the day, as a man, your responsibility, your goal is to be attracting quality females. Not quantity of females, but a quality of them. So that's what you're supposed to be working toward and building toward. If the social game ain't together, the status game ain't together, the financial game isn't together, these are the cues that quality females are like, well, how do I invest in this? Because the return isn't commensurate. So there's the real thing. So you're like, okay, they keep trying. My only question would be, okay, what's the quality of the folk who keep trying?
Yeah, because I get some quality one, I get some not so quality. But what I end up with is that they all the same, regardless if it's a high quality girl or, you know, low tier girl. Their attributes, their ways are always the same. And then they always try to, you know, there's always this thing where that's who you attract. And that's not really the case with women in my opinion.
Well, there are certain aspects of females that run the same. I mean, of course, so because femininity is a character trait, just like masculinity. So there will be certain things that are the same no matter what female you get with, obviously. The real question, I think, is most importantly as men, do you have a woman who is as invested or more invested in you than you are in her? And she has the desirable qualities. Because it's one thing to have a chick who doesn't have those desirable qualities, but she's fully invested in you. Okay, that's not worth anything. So we're talking about a chick who does have her act together, but okay, brother, they don't pretend. No, it's if your value isn't where it needs to be, you start entertaining people who are obviously deficient, and then you start complaining about, quote, they pretending. You cannot pretend for 2 years. You can pretend for 2 months, sir. You can't pretend for 2 years. So they were not pretending.
Yeah, because after like so long, you kind of tend, like as a man, like I don't know about you, I'm just talking about me in general. You know, you kind of forget certain stuff, like you got so much going, and it's like after a certain amount of time, like that, what was the chick on again? Like, what was she talking about?
Okay, but here's the problem, brother. If you have so much going for you and whatnot, it should be hard to get a hold of you. You shouldn't have a flood of females because catching up with you should be hard. Contacting you should be hard on account of the fact that you should be having so much going on and we should be moving and shaping and whatnot. Getting a hold of you shouldn't be easy. So if it's easy to get a hold of you and there's a whole bunch of them who can get a hold of you, it doesn't sound like this is a quality pipeline that we got here. It sounds like a quantity pipeline, but it doesn't sound like a quality one on account of the fact that it's pretty easy for them to get a hold of you.
Okay. Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't real social, so like if they show a little interest or I'm
right.
interested,
okay, but quality females don't move like that either. Quality females don't have to shoot at every guy that comes by. And they don't have to be part of a pack or a herd of them either, on account of the fact that she's filtering for something. So the higher quality they are, the more leverage they got, thus the more filtering they can do. Now, if you got females who can't filter, You just end up with this great big mob of them. Yeah, but it's usually just low quality to begin with. So we have quantity, but not quality. And when you have a large quantity, it's very unlikely that any of them are invested in you. So it's probably a bunch of struggling broads, and they just looking to get in where they fit in. But just remember, that's probably more, and no disrespect, probably more of a reflection on where you currently are right now, which is why you want to elevate beyond that so that you're not dealing with the chicks who are struggling and getting in where they fit in, because they don't offer anything. I mean, they offer sex, but, sex is like dirt. You can get that anywhere. So the real thing is to have quality of it, and the female who's about something, who is fully invested in you. That's what you're looking for. You're not going to have a mob of those. You're not going to get some big squad of those. That's not the way that works. You might have 2 or 3 of them. You will not have 10 or 13. That's numerically not feasible. In your case, it sounds like you got a mob of them, but yeah, it's gonna be. You can have a mob of low quality. You're not gonna have a mob of excellence, because that's not the way excellence works.
Yeah. Well, because I am just kind of getting back in the game, like about 2 years now. Like I said, I was in a relationship for a long time, so I'm relearning a lot of stuff and trying to. So I'm just, it's like at this point, all of them really the same. Then you got the, modern women type thing. You know what I mean? Because it's just it's crazy. So I'm like, man, like what am I supposed, if I can't, wife them because of all this stuff that they doing, like what else do I, because I mean, yeah, you get the pump and dumps, you get the, you get the sometime girl who might hang around for a little bit, but it always, end up the same. It's like, well, what else do I do with them? Because like I said, I ain't no stone cold pimp or nothing like that. I ain't cold enough to be a pimp. And on the flip side, I ain't no sucker enough to be a simp. So
okay,
it's like,
but but what's their purpose? What do you have a female around for, sir? What do you have a female around for?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. So, brother, what is everything that's around you should be moving for a purpose. If you don't really have a set purpose for what they're there for, all you're really doing is becoming a hoarder. I mean, that's all you're doing. So this is what happens when we start becoming a junk collector. I'm just saying, now you're collecting junk sex. So, brother, you're going to have to, but let's be honest with ourselves here. The issue is internal, not external. So you got to get your weight up and get your game up so that you can start filtering for quality females. The issue is not you getting a hold of females. The issue is you're not able to filter for quality because you don't have the leverage to do so.
Okay, speaking of that,
I haven't asked you about your social accomplishment yet. I haven't asked you about your financial accomplishment yet. But I'm pretty sure that if I do, which I'm not going to do, but if I do ask that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, oh, the chicks you talking to, this is where you rank. And until we get our rank up, right now you buck private. We got to get our rank up, bro. Once we get our rank up, now we can do different.
Well, that's why I was finna ask you, you know what I mean? Like, I know you got a program that you've been talking about for years, like where you help people. Like, I was wondering, like, if like, cause I was trying to get my CDL or, whatever, I'm trying to get my weight up just like you talking about. So, you can point me in the right direction or, you know what I mean? Like, if I can get like links and all that, that'll.
Okay, well, help. I mean, I've got a truck driver's workshop. If you haven't been on my Patreon, I have one there as well. It goes into it extensively. I got contacts and everything else there for it. So if you haven't been a member of that, the link is in the description. You definitely want to check that out. I'm pretty sure I thought I have one here on YouTube. It's been a few years. I think I got one here on YouTube. If I don't, I definitely have it on Patreon as well. It walks you through the entire thing, so it's not hard. But more than anything else, I want you to understand, more than anything else, it is an internal issue, because once you start stacking and everything comes together, brother, you won't even have time for it. You really won't have time for it. They're going to have to catch you when you come through or whatever, because you're going to be too busy having things done. Right now, you got plenty of time to talk to a bunch of females because ain't things popping just yet. Once that changes, True. That focus is going to move from talking to them to talking to the bank. You're going to spend a lot of time doing that. And trust me, a lot of that sexual energy, when a man is broke and ain't got nothing going on, you got plenty of time to entertain females. As ex-cons do it all the time. Once you start building, bro, it's like that sexual energy goes in that direction. And it's not because you're losing your libido. It's because that testosterone works in two ways, fight or sex. Now you're becoming more aggressive as a competitor. And so now you get to focus that energy in another direction, which is good. Because that's investing in you. Sex is really an investment in another person. Competition is an investment in you. And when you are robbed of your ability to compete, you're taking your competition energy and focusing it sexually. Whereas if we get our competition traction under us and start making ground, now that energy for sex and competition goes into competition, which now all that's an investment in you. And then sex is a side effect. It's just sitting there waiting if you want it. Because sex comes to competition. Competition doesn't necessarily come to sex. Sex comes packaged with competition. The more competitive you are, the more accomplished you are, sex come to you. We talk about truck drivers, the heifers are walking around the damn parking lot. What? So when your man's competitive,
it's like the one thing I know I can do, you know what I mean? You know.
Well, like I say, join us here tomorrow, brother. The link is in the description. Come and join us here tomorrow, and we'll get you straightened out.
Man, I'll be here. I appreciate you. I promise I'll be here, big dog. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Yeah, like I said, I mean, you have those two facets. That's the two facets of testosterone is fight and sex, aggression and sex. And most males end up focusing on sex because they're not actually accomplishing anything. They're not gaining ground in other areas. So all their energy goes into sexual competitiveness. And that doesn't give a man a rate of return. That has benefits for a female, but it doesn't have benefits for a man, not like that. Women can just keep sleeping with a man until they get one, until she's in bed with one who's competitive. That doesn't work that way for men. Men don't get to be able to just keep sleeping with chicks till you with one that's competitive. And even if you sucker up and luck up on one who is, she's not going to want to be with you if you are not more competitive than she is. So you might luck up on one for a minute. You might be able to jive, talk, and fool her for a little bit, but eventually she's going to start testing and checking the temperature and checking the metrics. And by the way, have you outcompeted me yet? Oh, you haven't? Now she's looking in other directions. So it doesn't work for men. It doesn't work for men. Being a hobosexual doesn't work for men like that. Hobosexuality doesn't work for men the same way. A fella can do that ex-convict thing for a little bit, but eventually the females get tired of it. She can keep laying up with dudes till, there's a simp that she can go turn out. Men can't turn out women the same way. Whole big long discussion about that, but I want you all to learn something from it. Learn from it. There's a lot of lessons to be gained here. Glad we were able to go over this tonight. And if you are new here to the business, welcome to the definitive school of power dynamics. We break it down and explain it in concrete, rational, practical terms. These are not ideologies you can look at. These are practices you can actually perform. Click that subscribe button and that notification button. Join us each and every time that we're here. If you haven't been to Patreon, our Patreon link is in the description. You're welcome to join us every Saturday, 12 noon Central Time. That's when it pops off. We're doing some recalibration over there on Patreon, so everybody have a little bit of patience about that. They've thrown us some curveballs. We're going to get that straightened out here as well. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to the nice program, live or recorded. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And this concludes tonight's broadcast of The Business. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, Mr. Jason Black. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from around the world, remember, handle your business or your business will handle you.